I think we are on. Good evening, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Problem being, how are you?
Slutty being. Hello.
Yes, Slut. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right.
How many streams today? 7, 8, 9?
This
how
is
many?
my third today.
Oh, you greedy little bitch.
I know. Give me more.
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 Cockney, how many streams you done today? Hello, mate. How many streams you done today? 8?
1 technically. Nah, I actually caught some kip. I had a bit of sleep. Oh, almost.
Oh no, you've had some real sleep.
I closed my eyes and I woke up.
No.
And it was the morning.
Drew back the curtain.
You're going to
see
be
for certain.
Dangerous.
Oh yeah, I am. I am actually feeling extra dangerous today. Yep.
Are you pumped?
So, watch out. I'm pumped. I'm ready for war.
Next,
come on, lads. Let's get at them.
We are very honoured. The trigger train has pulled up to Mr. Brown's station. BowlesTrek, how are you?
Hello, how is everyone? Yeah, I've been streaming a lot today too. I just got off a 4-hour live stream with our slutty friend with the hat up there. So it was a fun time. So great to be here, and I talk about things. Beware, you're probably gonna get trolled, almost guaranteed. So have fun with it.
It was, I kind of expected that it would happen at some point, so by inviting you on early, let's just get it out of the way and move on, as it were. So it's good to have you on board, my friend.
Oh, well, thank you. And it is great to be here. We will talk about things and stuff and other things.
Yes, especially those other things.
Yep,
yes.
Things and stuff and things.
And last, but by no means least...
A little bit least.
Bringing up the rear, just how he likes it.
That's my job.
Are you sober tonight, Mega Nerd?
Oh God, yeah. No, I'm sober. I've been bloody editing all day, mate.
So. You've been earning a living.
Yeah, unfortunately. There you go.
Yeah, making money sucks.
Corporate overlords.
I haven't made any for ages.
God, yeah. Well, I just need a rest, man. That's why I'm on here. So, you know, when you've been editing all day, your back hurts. And
yes.
Your head hurts. It's ridiculous. But there you go. Deadlines are deadlines.
Yeah. Is it your own work or corporate stuff?
Corporate stuff. Always. Well, most of the corporate stuff, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, how's everybody okay?
We're not bad, mate. We're not bad.
Yeah. Right. I like your last video, BowlesTrek. I liked your last one. It was all calm and everything. You're talking about Gina. It's all calm and it was all, I really liked it, you know?
Oh, thanks, man. Just wait until my next video, which was supposed to be done today, but I ran out of time. My next video, and I put up a poll on the Twitter. So my next video is going to be similar to that on Creepy Joss Whedon. So we're going to have fun with that.
Is that his new name? Creepy Joss Whedon. That's going to stick.
Yeah, well, there's normally I ignore these things, but there's just... When you expose male feminists for being the, what word shall we use?
Hypocrite?
Scum, criminal.
Oh, there you go, more direct.
Creepy. There's just something so satisfying. But I said, I'm not going to yell in this video, and I'm not going to use sarcasm. I will do something serious. But then that means that because I've done 2 of these in a row, when I get to do my next video, it has to be the most over-the-top thing I've ever done. So it'll be one of my screaming into the microphone things, maybe with the goat.
Oh, sarcasm! I can't stand sarcasm.
Is that your thing? Kind of playing up to the mic and kind of performing.
It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Generally, when I'm doing my Doctor Who videos, I'm usually pissed off because everything about that show pisses me off now. When I'm doing woke Batman, whenever I can do those with Batwoman, for anybody who doesn't know my riff reviews, those actually take multiple takes because I can't stop laughing while I'm doing them because the show is so ridiculous. So it depends. And when the goat comes out, those are hard keeping it together. And occasionally, I will leave. I will just say to hell with it. I don't know if you saw my video on the last trailer for woke Batman this season, but that one I couldn't keep a straight face. So the second half of the video is just me just dying of laughter and not being able to breathe. So occasionally you'll get those.
What are you, BowlesTrek? What are you watching at the moment?
I hate pretty much everything that's on TV right now.
What a surprise!
But
we hate everyone.
I was enjoying WandaVision, but Disney can go fuck itself. There's actually one show on Showtime, which we get it on Crave, which is our Canadian streaming network, that I've actually been enjoying. It is a show called Your Honor. It's a 10-part series starring Bryan Cranston, Walter White. And I actually recommend it. It's
what's it about?
It's about a judge who's I'll give you away some of the stuff from the first episode. Okay. Or actually, no. I come to think of it, no, I won't, because if I tell you what it's about, then it is going to ruin it for you. But Bryan Cranston is a judge, and he gets himself involved in some serious shit. And there's a lot of holy fuck moments in it. So the 9th episode aired this week.
Right.
So the 10th episode is actually probably going to be online later tonight because it's on Sunday. So in the US, it's on Showtime. In Canada, it's on Crave. UK, I have no idea. But
what's the name of the program again? Sorry.
Your Honor.
Your Honor. Bryan Cranston. Okay.
Walter White himself, and anything with Cranston is awesome. So that is literally the only modern thing that I'm watching right now that just isn't complete.
Have you watched Resident Alien?
Thank you, Lee.
No.
Get it watched.
Really good.
It's
really
amazing.
Good. You'll like it.
What is that on Netflix?
It's on sci-fi.
It's on sci-fi.
Oh, okay.
It's very good.
Actually, I wonder if we get that. I'll pull up my Crave. So it's on Sci-Fi in the US.
It's Alan Tudyk's.
Resident Alien. Just see if it's on Crave. Nope, not on Crave.
Everybody in the chat should be watching Resident Alien. It's fantastic, and the lead actress is very, very lovely.
What's her name?
I beg your pardon?
What's her name?
Sarah. Something beginning with T. I can't remember the name, but she's beautiful.
Swing.
I'll have a look at that. By the way, BowlesTrek, are you standing on top of the CN Tower? Because you've got a bit of an echo there.
No, I have noticed that. Just give me a sec. No,
broadcasting live from the CN Tower, Toronto.
I don't do the heights. I have been up on the CN Tower twice in the observation deck, and I almost threw up from.
Oh dear!
Oh no, from the top all the way down. Blow chunks down to the streets of Toronto.
Well, I was a kid at the time. It was shortly after they'd opened it. But yeah, I went up there with my grandparents, and I don't know if they still have it like this, but when you go up to the level above the observation deck, they didn't have glass. They actually just had mesh wire, which is the only thing holding you in. And so you're way up there, and yeah, I almost threw up from the top. So that probably would have killed somebody.
I really liked it when I was up there. I loved it when I was up there. I thought it was really cool.
Well, you probably like heights. I don't like. I have a two-step step ladder that I have to use when I change lights, and I get vertigo. Just stepping up on that.
It's a good film, to be fair. If you're going to watch anything up a tower.
Yeah.
There you go. Is it Sarah Tomko?
That's it. She's fabulous.
She's not too difficult on the eyes, is she?
I kind of get the feeling that Resident Alien is coming in under the radar a little bit with the main kind of YouTube channels. So,
well, I've seen where in Canada we have it on the CTV Sci-Fi channel, which I don't have because I don't have cable. Although I have my ways. It's
we all do.
Yeah,
Mysterious ways.
It's recommended.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
highly
good.
recommended.
actually, in Canada, I'll be metaphorical here. When you go hang out on your pirate ship with your hat, the pirate hat,
Nice.
whereas some countries will get really mad at the pirates and try and sue the pirates because they're pirates and they're doing pirate things and they stole treasure.
Johnny Depp.
But in Canada, because it's, believe it or not, as insane as we may seem, it's very lax here. So all they can do is send you a angry letter to the pirates, about their treasure, and say, you get a letter from your pirate platform, the thing that accesses the high seas.
Right.
They call it a spider web of sorts. So all they do in Canada when you're on a pirate ship is you'll get they don't even bother sending letters anymore. They just send you an email. So the email goes something: we have received a message from a various company that own the treasure that you have in your pirate ship, or that you access the treasure. They have politely asked that you stop doing it, but we have not provided them any information. So in Canada, the pirate ship thing, it's called notice and notice. So literally all it is they send a angry letter to the person that provides your access to the spider web of the seas.
A notice. You take no notice of the notice.
Well, no, we laugh at them. I got a friend that actually puts them up on his wall, and he's got a game of it. But literally all they could do is notice you. So they notice your provider and say, this person at this IP address, on this pirate ship, access this content. We would like them to not access that. So that's notice one. Notice two is your provider of pirate stuff, of the spider web. And then they send you a second letter saying that we received a complaint from this.
A second letter?
Jesus.
You can't do this, but we haven't provided them. But they have politely requested that you stop stealing their treasure, and you say, go fuck yourself. So so that's what it's like in Canada.
I'm just realizing I'm the anti-pirate. I must be the British Royal Navy. I'm the anti-pirate. I pay for season 4 of The Expanse, but I don't watch it. I'm an idiot.
Point.
Inverse piracy. So karmically, if I'm paying for stuff and not watching it, then let's say BowlesTrek, you can have me karma points. You can watch stuff without paying for it. Evens out in the end, doesn't it?
Oh well, actually, my karma points with the only stuff that I put on my pirate hat is stuff that's garbage that I'm just watching for my channel. We're talking about treasure. I'm just looking at the treasure of the high seas. So we're looking at treasure, but no, I've got just under 4,000 DVD, Blu-rays, and 4Ks. So that's my karma.
Physical media is king.
Yep.
I think one of the reasons why you would like Resident Alien is because there's a lot of things in there that you'd laugh at. Like, for instance, there's a black sheriff, and he insists on everybody calling him Big Black.
Yeah, and you got the snowflake mayor. He calls him snowflake
mayor. Yeah,
and
so
he's like, just call me Big Black, and he goes, no, I'd rather not. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with that.
He's meant to be a doctor, and he says to the lady, "Have you got cancer on your tits?" So it kind of really works that way. You know what I mean? So
I'm just rearranging your breasts.
Yeah, I think you'd really like it, BowlesTrek.
Well, here's what's irritating. So it is only on CTV, but CTV actually, the company that owns CTV owns Crave. So they will, on both the network and on Crave, they will have garbage like every Star Trek show, including Lower Decks.
Oh God!
CTV is that?
Ironically, the best Star Trek show recently, but there you go.
And Doctor Who, Whitaker, they will play that on the channel and stream it. So you can stream both of those on Crave. But
Doctor
stuff that you actually want to
Who.
watch, like Resident Alien, no, I'm just seeing a big lock sign.
Nice.
Bastards.
Do you have to pay to watch Doctor Who?
No, because I get it through. There's kind of two ways to do it. So Doctor Who, I think in Canada, we're the only country that gets it both on regular cable and on a streaming service.
Right, okay.
It's on CTV Sci-Fi. But the problem is that it shows up the next day on the streaming service.
Okay.
But I, especially last season, I was doing we were doing our post shows with Nerdrotic. So that I had to do something a little bit different. We watched it live in the UK through Mindtrap. I won't say how I did it, although it is legal technically. But I got to watch it on the BBC live, although I didn't count. And what blew me away more than the show was, do you have any adverts on that channel? Even adverts that aren't woke?
Just indents maybe for another program.
Well, that's what I mean. Even the stuff that I was seeing there looked absolutely ridiculous. So I'm like, you people get in trouble if you don't pay for this crap. See, that doesn't exist on this side of the pond. We can get cable, we have satellite, but we also have over the air. Although I don't have an antenna, I actually could get CTV over the air if I actually bought a digital antenna, but no, we have all our major networks. You can get them for free. In the US, all the major networks and PBS you can get for free. Some
broadcasting service. Is that what it's called?
PBS?
Yeah, pubic broadcasting service.
Pubic.
Yeah. Well, they have nice concerts. But see, so this is why on this side of the planet, the idea of this license that you legally have to pay for, it just seems so absurd. And the fact that it's
because it is absurd.
Yeah, you dumb limeys with your license fees. What you like, eh? We laugh at you.
Yeah. So I'm very happy that I live on this side of the pond because we don't go to jail. We just get angry letters from the pirate ship.
That's why I left England, because of the license fee.
My brother works for CTV.
I'm always up. Wait, your brother works for CTV?
Easy.
Yeah, he lives in Toronto, and he schedules the adverts in between shows. That's his job.
Does he work for CFTO or the national CTV?
I have
CFTO?
no idea. I have no idea. He used to ever since I've known him, he's worked for CTV, and he's in charge of ads, basically.
What's CFTO? Is that
CFTO?
Oral?
It's got titties. No, that's the Toronto CTV.
That's a different channel. Sorry, cunt fuck tit oral. That's a new channel.
I like the titties.
Who does?
We all do, mate. We all do. I don't know about Lee though.
No, we recognize all lifestyles, especially when they're prettier than all of us. And we're ugly.
Lee, you're so pretty.
Oh, so pretty.
Oh, so pretty.
Pretty vacant.
With his fire hanging out of his mouth.
Jesus Christ. What have I got myself into? What kind of stream is this?
Dude, man. MegaGeek, you're very pretty too, because you literally made an entire stream cry once when you said what your actual age was. And you looked younger than everybody else on the screen.
Not good. Oh dear.
So he was on a stream with it was me, Nerdrotic.
That was it.
I believe Lee was there. He made us all very sad, and I think Az started.
Yeah, he's 65, aren't you?
Yeah, right.
He looks good for 65.
Just a couple of years older than Az. Actually, a lot. Yeah,
a couple of years older than Az.
No, he's in his 40s, is he not? Late 40s.
18. Just turned.
No,
he's barely legal.
Az was actually the youngest one on that stream.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I'm 46. 46 this
Nice
year.
one here.
I turn. Fuck, I'm old. Well, not that old.
That's a good age. Happy fuck 'em old birthday.
Yeah,
Happy
go on,
fuck 'em old
BowlesTrek. Go on,
birthday.
share it. How old?
I will be 43 this year. But if you were to see me, I look like I'm
baby.
43.
Big Rusk for Mr. BowlesTrek.
Baba.
You're
You're a baby. You're a baby.
I bet
No,
you
dude,
remember the
man,
18.
I look like I'm 50. Actually,
It's
I look
fucking
like I'm
Twitter,
in my
mate. It's Twitter. That's what that is.
Ages
Get off Twitter.
Dude, I've got my beard is now a Santa beard. I've got a backwards comb over right now because I haven't been able to get a haircut. Well, no, I haven't been able to get a haircut.
You're
And
going bald.
so you know you see the aging hippies with like the long hair and the balding on top.
Jeez.
Well,
Yeah.
because
Surrounded by
everything's
those
been
guys.
closed. Well, this wasn't on purpose, but I can now tie back my back hair. It grew that quickly, but
Well,
in
it's
terms
nothing
of
to
what's
be
on
proud
top,
of.
there's no, it's not. It's very bad. Yeah, so I guarantee I look older than everybody here, and then you have probably
Oh,
like
guaranteed
he's 23.
tested.
Not at the moment. Lockdown, I think, has made everyone look like an old age bloody pensioner.
Yeah, it's been cruel to me. I've aged 20 years. It's not good.
You haven't got 20 years to spare.
I know.
I spent many years as a retail manager. I've been out of that for a long time now, thank God. But in the
Selling
I
what?
Sex shop.
dildos, no.
Nice. Double-ended.
I sold electronics mainly. Mainly what the job was
DVD
I-
players, DVD players, and Blu-rays
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff. Can you
And
sort
I-
Cockney out?
Can I what?
Oh, yeah. Multi-region. Oh, I love it.
Cockney needs a multi-region player so he can watch season 4
I've got
of The Expanse.
Season 4 teasing me every morning. Hello, Cockney. You're not watching us today, are you? Wait,
Well, I can't do that now. I left that years ago. My job essentially was running the floor for 8 hours a day. And when you run the floor, your job is basically to get screamed at all day. by
I've
angry
done
people.
retail. Yeah, I've done retail. It's donkey work.
it's shy.
Well, you know that if you're the underling, somebody's mad. I'm like, I want to speak to your manager. Basically, Karens. I dealt with Karens all day. So
Retail. We used to
so
deal
I
with
was the
retail.
manager that they wanted to speak to. Although if they got really bitchy, I would throw them out of the store, and that was always fun.
I
was the store
can
called?
imagine it.
What was the store called?
I'll give you a hint. Well, actually, I've worked for
Vibrators are us.
it had a big yellow sign.
McDonald's?
Burger King.
Sorry.
No, literally, I at one point or another, I've worked for all of them, like all of them.
Retail slut.
Well, I got offered a job in McDonald's, and they gave me the uniform. I went home and I put it on my bed, and I looked at the uniform and went, no fucking way am I doing this, and gave it back to them. Got the job and said no.
I once
Wow.
worked half a day at McDonald's. Even for me, I'm like, fuck this shit. But you got to pay the bills. But yeah,
Donkey
I've
work.
worked
Donkey work.
if you can
Donkey
think of any major company that is that was U.S. and Canada, I have worked for it.
BowlesTrek.
Donkey Hote, Rocinante, The Expanse. It's all linked in.
Trying to get into the geeky stuff. When did you get into Doctor Who? Have you been like lifelong or? recently,
Literally,
or-
I've told this story a few times. And actually, I think it was Matrix Lord actually has pretty much the same story too. My earliest memory, or one of my earliest memories, is watching Destiny of the Daleks when it first aired in Canada, which would have been around 1980. So literally one of my first memories is watching Doctor Who. And I used to watch it with my dad every Saturday.
Which Doctor was that?
Tom Baker, Destiny of the
Yeah,
Daleks.
that was my first
The
story
Doctor.
at the age of 4
Right,
in
okay.
1979. Yeah, watching Destiny of the Daleks.
So yeah, we watched it within about a year of each other. But so literally, I have been a Doctor Who fan. I should say I was a Doctor Who fan as long as I can remember. But as of this year, I am retired Doctor Who.
Relaxed.
I have taken a break from the show because I am. It's no secret that I have no use for the production team. They really hate me. Apparently, they've had meetings about me, so that makes me feel.
You're known.
Wow.
You're known to them.
Oh
That's
yeah,
good.
they love
Badge
me.
of honor. Well done.
They know me. They hate me. Well, actually, Star Trek.
Well, we hate them, so that's pretty
Well,
good.
Kurtzman and friends hate me too, but they hate Gary Moore. But it's that and the fan base.
Gary Moore, is he still around? What about Phil Lynott? Is he getting a look in?
Sure, yeah.
Very good.
Gary Glitter, man. Oh wait, no.
Oh no,
Doctor Who,
no.
Trev, no.
No.
Rewind, Bo Selector, la la la. So about Doctor Who, I'm just going to loudly
Certain
give me coffee.
things, I learnt a harsh lesson yesterday. Certain ex-celebrities should never be mentioned.
2 litres of iron brew. No.
He's one of them.
Too much sugar. Too much sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar rush.
I had to edit off the last 20 minutes of a stream yesterday. It was
You
that
snipped
bad.
it off like a schmuck.
Oh dear, yeah. There are some nasty people out there.
Oh, no, this
Yeah,
is just
he
our
was the guy on our stream.
He's on our side.
Oh,
He had basically a 2-litre bottle of soda, and he was just off his tits.
We're right to his head.
What are you talking about?
that could be fun.
Fucking terrible Trev.
We had
Hello?
a
Can
guest
you
on
hear
our
me?
stream
This is-
yesterday called Trev.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
Can you hear
very,
me? This is
very funny
Clem
guy.
Fandango.
Well, I am drinking bubbly.
Oh, great.
It's
On the piss.
That's how the other half lives.
sparkling
on the piss.
sparkling water. So no taste, no nothing, no sugar, but sugar free. Strawberry bubbly flavored. So it says
nice.
it's strawberry.
Except for the
But-
blood sugar.
But yeah, so on the back of the bottle or can, so calories 0, fat 0, sodium 0, carbohydrates 0,
Water
sugar
0.
0, protein
Ugh.
0, not a significant source of saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C.
Trans
calcium.
fat, political.
Don't they have tap
Does-
water in Canada?
Well, yeah, but this is
Not since the
flavored
mining.
water, and if you pretend it's pop or soda, depending on
Pop.
your pop,
Nice.
well,
Mom
pop's-
and pop.
Pop.
Oh, in the US they
Freudian.
call it soda. We call it pop. So I'll call it a pop. If you
Yeah,
pretend it's
we
pop,
call it pop here. Yeah.
so you can pretend this is a pop, and you get used to it after a while because you don't miss the sugar, and it's free food because it is literally water.
Hmm.
Has it got sweeteners in it though?
And no,
Got to be
it's not.
careful. You got to be careful with sweeteners.
No, it's just flavored. There is no
Right.
sweeteners in here at all. It's flavored water.
Oh yeah, we've got like similar water, like that strawberry flavour and peach
Uh,
flavour.
Literally,
Surprisingly with real juice.
this is what it has. So ingredients, carbonated water. That's the only thing that's on here.
Yeah, water, ingredients, water.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I'm feeling decadent with the coffee here. Wow. Pushing the
I
boat
need
out
a
of here.
coffee.
I've got,
I
I've
just
got
finished
milk
my-
and sugar going in.
Just finished my tea. I think that's tea.
Tea.
So,
Tea.
question for BowlesTrek. When Doctor Who came back, was it 2005? Was it?
2000.
Did I watch the trailer over and over again on a loop? Yes. Did I force everybody else to watch the trailer? Yes. Did I force everybody I know to watch Rose?
Did you like it?
Oh, I loved it. Actually, the first trailer that I saw was actually in the movie theater. It was
Nice.
around January. I think it was a long lost movie called Boogeyman. It stars that guy from Seventh Heaven. Not the best horror movie, but I'm pretty sure it was that one where the trailer
Best horror movie.
that day. So full screen trailer. It's the "Do You Want to Come With Me" trailer, and I almost creamed myself.
Did you know it was coming?
No.
Shot on film.
Nice,
I would
nice.
like to point that out, and it looked really good, and we were all fooled because it was all shot on digibeta when we saw the show, and I was pissed off.
Well, that's kind of like yeah, I did notice the well. In a way, it kind of harkened back to Sylvester McCoy, but as soon as I saw it, I'm like digital beta. And the problem, I love the Eccleston season, but the problem with that is the color correction is complete ass. to the point that I don't think there even was color correction done. They
were some. Yeah, there were some.
Color incorrection. Make it worse.
Well, no, but they Tenant seasons minus the specials were also shot on Betacam, but with color correction, they actually knew what they were doing, so they look good.
No, well, specials. Mirror it in the bathroom.
This is how they do it. Basically, they shot it on Digibeta and they stripped it of a field. Yeah. So it's got less detail in it. So it moves like film when you strip it of a field. So that's how they used to do it in the old days before the advent of real digital video that actually moved and operated like the a film camera. Yeah. So it still looks shit because if you saw a window or anything bright, you'd see zigzag lines on them. That means that they ripped it off a field. So I was really disappointed with that, but I was also disappointed in the actual episode itself with eating bins and shit like that. It really pissed me off. But you know, I didn't abandon it though. I didn't abandon it.
My blinders were on. I was so excited, and in retrospect, the bin stuff involved the farting aliens a few episodes in wasn't bad. Although it's one thing that sucks, and I know what you're saying about the quality, because when these were airing. We were watching them on CRT televisions. I think pretty much everyone was. So honestly, for standard def, they look fine.
Yeah,
they've since put the standard def episodes out on Blu-ray. And in Region 1, there is a difference because
they've got AI programs now that upscales things, and it's very, very clever. I've got an AI program in my computer. It's very clever. That's what they did with it.
Upscaling though, can't put information in it's not there. Or
well, no, that's not necessarily. These AI programs they basically fill in the gaps, especially if you've got something of low quality. Yeah, it's actually very, very good. The AI programs are very good today. So when they released the new Tom Baker, it went through a special AI program because it obviously was shot on. Must have been shot on not pneumatic, shot on Digi probably, or some kind of tape format when they originally shot it. So when he upscaled it to Blu-ray, that's why it looks so great because it went through an AI program.
Well, and the film elements, I think from Pertwee's fourth season up, the 16 mil film elements exist, so those could be scanned in.
Yeah. That's much better than video.
Stop crunching.
Yeah, but Cockney, pack it in.
Yeah,
can I ask BowlesTrek? Sorry.
How do you know it's me?
Because we just know.
Yeah.
We just
know. When you saw that trailer for the return of Doctor Who, were you expecting it? Did you know about it, or was it a complete surprise?
Oh man, no, I knew about it the day it was announced. So November 2003. A 40th anniversary, I believe it was actually. Oh no, I was a member of a predecessor to a forum that now is like the woke pits of hell. I will not mention this forum.
On the military base.
My goat did a video about it. We call it Gallifrey Place. But the predecessor to the predecessor of that. So we had been speculating for years about it coming, and then the announcement came, and I was very happy, but then I realized this is like a year and a half away. But then it came. So I would say I've always been a Doctor Who fan, but for several years I became an obsessive Doctor Who fan, and I would. There were a couple things. One was the new series, but also that's when the DVD range was coming out. And I don't know how long you've been subbed to my channel, but my content used to be
not the beginning, but since you started doing Doctor Who,
yeah. Well, I used to do DVD updates as they came in, so I did that for 10 years. So I was a Doctor Who super fan between the DVDs from the classic series and the new series from 2005. I would say up until about 2015. So we're talking 10 years. I was completely obsessed.
Is Baker your number one?
It's if not, why not?
Actually, it depends.
Who's your favorite Doctor?
My favorite Doctor actually was, but it isn't anymore. Big Finish Colin Baker, but I don't if any of you follow Big Finish. They've completely wokified the Sixth Doctor, and it's an absolute nightmare. So I'd say it's classic Who. It's back to Tom Baker. New Who, Peter Capaldi, hands down.
Yeah.
Although it was during, I can't even talk. I can't pronounce.
We can't either.
Oh, I
so
had
don't
that
worry about
problem. I couldn't pronounce anything with L in it.
You can't pronounce reality, mate.
Well, it's
reality. I can do it.
Here you go, Ian.
Reality.
Ian,
Oh,
in the
fun
chat
fact.
for you from Sklavko. Hello, Sklavko.
Yeah,
Fun fact: search for Ian David Diaz on
Hey,
Google.
Google.
Oh no, I'm not going to make him reveal his age.
What?
I
No,
know
I'm
how old he is, and it makes me want to cry.
Yeah, whatever. I've got good genes. And they're Levi's, so there you go.
He's Sklavko is 67.
Yeah, exactly. 92. That's how old I am. But going back to Doctor Who, I can't tell you how disappointed I was when I saw the first episode. I was so angry. But as I said, I didn't abandon it. You know, it took something really special for me to abandon Doctor Who. And her name is Jodie. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, you know, with when I saw the first
And Chibnall.
episode, just really disappointed. There are some really good ones like Dalek and the last 3 episodes, and you know, Are You My Mummy? And there were some really good ones, but in between there were some really bad ones. You know.
Yeah.
I think. Well, I can admit that I had blinders on that season, and I still have blinders on because I put in even the lesser episodes from that season, or I put in you should see the. I've got them all packed upstairs now for various reasons, but you should see the state of my DVD set of. Series 1. I've watched it so many times it's beat to absolute hell. For the longest time, that was like Series 1 was my happy place.
Yeah.
Although it's there's a magic to the RTD years and the first Moffat season that was never repeated. And Moffat kind of went downhill in 2015. It was a combination of things that made my interest drop off. The DVD run was done by then, so I'd already watched everything, so I wasn't doing that anymore. And even though I love Capaldi, the writing just went to shit for series.
Absolutely right.
9. Series 10 was even worse. I think my reviews for season 10 are still online, and you can hear me speculating that things were not going to go very well. And then
I think The World Nothing Time was a really good story. I really enjoyed that side of I didn't like the sequel, like the second part of it, but I like that part.
Hang on a minute, Sklavko in the chat. Boomers, Generation X over here, mate.
Yeah, no, if you were born between 1968 and 1980, you are 68. Gen X. And
the forgotten generation.
Generation X.
Yeah, because we're called the forgotten generation, and it's been proven now because we still get called boomers, and it's like no Generation X.
Technically false. Generation X. So Sklavko not letting that slide, mate.
Isn't it?
And these demon-sized synthwave says super chat 50 quid. Oi oi slag.
Yeah, nice one, Swap Shop, £50. That's for the Mac Fund.
Swap Shop, there is a link on the description to send the money to the PayPal address. Cheers, pal.
We're here for the love of the game. Send your money now.
I did like Peter Capaldi, but I remember the first episode was Deep Breath, right? Yeah. And I just hated that episode. Why did they concentrate on that stupid lizard girl? And why didn't they just concentrate more on
actually
an odd job?
I was of two minds on that.
Blow job.
It was I was just blown away by Capaldi within like 30 seconds.
I like Capaldi with the clockwork guy. I thought that was a nice bit. I didn't like the rest of it.
It was an omen as to where things were going to go in terms of identity politics, and that was the first, because it really hadn't been shoved into Doctor Who before that. There was no real identity politics during the Matt Smith years.
River Song creeping in.
She got an half well, to be fair, though.
Yeah. Oh, you're a man. You're thinking, I don't like it, or something like that. It was.
Yeah. She did say that in the Bacaldi one.
Yeah,
it was a Matt Smith
towards the end.
No, it was Bacaldi. She said it was Bacaldi
when they brought her back.
I'm sure she said something similar before.
But had the show been woke, the Amy Rory relationship would have been completely different, and the resolution would have been completely different. Mm-hmm. So that's my proof right there. And also, your best judge is Jenna Coleman. How Clara is a completely different character for each of the 3 seasons. She is tolerable in season 7. She is unwatchable by season 9. So you can actually watch within that character how things change. And then you have season 10, which I actually don't think it was Stephen Moffat. I'm convinced this was BBC directives because the style completely changed.
It would have been that Pierce Wanger, whatever his name.
Well, it's like they have lines like the racist food and an entire episode written so the doctor could go back to punch a racist. You have Bill, who
diverse Victorian London.
Well, and Bill, who could have been a good character, but once an episode had to remind everyone of the sexual orientation.
Here you go, boys, in the chat.
North by Northwest.
Apparently, Bill Potts is set to return for series 13.
No, she said she would be happy to return,
from
and
the
that
Day
she
Express,
likes the character. Yeah,
take it with a pinch of salt.
It's definitely true. Take it with a pinch of salt from Crates. Definitely true.
It's interesting though what happened, but as I said, now it's really screwed, and what we need is the BBC to literally get rid of these people that are destroying the shows, but they're never going to do that. There's been loads of reports in the newspaper with what's his name, Piers Wanger, whatever his name is, talking and stuff like that, and they never mentioned the elephant in the room ever. So it doesn't fill us with confidence, does it?
Oh, it doesn't fill us with any confidence at all. And I'm one of those where the Timeless Child was pretty much what killed it for me, but it was about a year before I gave up on all of Doctor Who altogether. But the BBC, Jesus Christ, I'm like it's
blasphemy
like
on 4139.
It's a parody of itself.
Yeah.
Listen, mate, we live in the UK. Dead. You don't have to watch it daily. You don't see it. It's.
I if I was in the UK, I would not be watching it. I would be on the license fee cancellation. I don't even have cable here.
We've got a question in the chat. Do we think Capaldi left because they wanted him to be
he was pushed.
Mangina, you got Carano on the brain. Mangina, mate. Mangina Carano.
You say Mangina eyesight? Yeah.
No, I could tell you there is deleted evidence that he was going to stay for another 2 years. I know I saw the article. Noel saw the article. A few others did. It was scrubbed from the internet. And I was going to do a video on it, but was pushing it off. And then by the time I wanted to do a video on it, it had disappeared.
Well, when he announced he was leaving, I mean, on the radio, he was crying.
This was 6 weeks before he announced that he was leaving. There was an article in the Radio Times, which no longer exists. It was scrubbed completely, where he said he was going to do at least 2 more years. He wanted to do 5 years. He wanted to equal John, and then he was announced as leaving 6 weeks later, and we all know why. So no, it wasn't his plan to leave.
Here you go in the chats. From
chat's blowing up. I'm loving it.
It is Demon Scythe
Swap Shop. Just call him Swap Shop.
Multicoloured. I tried doing a search for BowlesTrek online, but it took me to an image of a Starfleet Portaloo.
I now realise I can't read that.
Dyslexic error, and I apologise wholeheartedly.
I'm doing a joke there.
Yes,
wholehearted. Oh, look,
you do not want to look me up on Twitter.
Swap Shop's working on several levels. Wholeheartedly. Dyslexic spelling. Double punchline. I love it. Swap Shop, you're working on several levels there, mate. You're better than Noel Edmonds.
He's better in the audience than on live, isn't he?
And Sklavko, give the man a break, Cockney. No way. It's been a long time. It's been a long time for all of us. It's been too long, but let's not talk about that now. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Exactly, it's wibbly wobbly right now.
Yeah, and as for Bill Potts dying, she didn't die. She was transmuted into this water lesbian.
Did anybody like Bill Potts?
And she could be remade. I liked her character. I really did like her.
Yeah.
You don't need to tell us that you're a lesbian every 2 minutes. You're more. a character is more than the sum of their immutable characteristics, right? I mean, look beyond that. Let's focus on
exactly. Let's not
what
get
she
defined
likes,
by
what she
our
doesn't like, what her
sexuality.
fears are, what her dreams are. That kind of stuff. Important things.
Man, I've been licking this carpet for 3 hours. I still don't feel like a landlord.
I liked Bill Potts. As I said, it's
Yeah,
probably
kind
not
of.
the actress' fault if she was given those lines, and she probably had to stay. And also, it was her big break as well on TV.
Yeah, because
so
she would have stage actress.
Yeah, so she would have grabbed it with both
Has
arms.
she been on
So,
anything since? On
not
45
really.
Minutes?
Oh no, she's in some show. I saw an advert for it. I know she's in some show, and I can't remember what it was. But as I said, she made a really good. I thought she was a promising companion to the
It's
Doctor.
a breath of fresh air after Clara.
Yeah,
for me.
it's a shame. It's a shame that she only did one season. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, it was going downhill anyway. Nobody could have saved that.
There was potential, but it was squandered.
Yeah.
I haven't watched season 10 since it actually aired. It was the first Blu-ray set that I didn't watch within a 2-day period upon coming out.
Wow.
I'm curious to revisit it now, knowing that what came after it. But you can tell by my videos I was not impressed with it while it was on. But now, I barely remember anything that happened that season because this was 4 years ago now. All I remember is Bill being gay in every episode, reminding us that she's gay in every episode. Food is racist, and the Doctor punched a racist, and
Very civilized.
and the Doctor hoped that the future was female at the end. And they ruined John Sim. That's all.
Why chromosome?
Yeah, it's a bit. I mean, when they went back to the 19th century, and Bill was saying, "Wow, there's so many black people around. I didn't think it would be." And then he said, "Well, history. What is it? I can't remember what the line was. In other words, what he was saying is that we weren't taught proper history, but bollocks, because in those days they weren't all those black people there.
No,
BBC changed the history to suit their agenda, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it's
exactly, which I think as well is an insult to Black history because you're erasing it, making everything look like it was all fun and dandy like it is in modern day.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not even fun and dandy anymore according to these crazy people. But I mean, it's denying the reality, the truth, which should never be forgotten. Really,
one of the realities that Hollywood always ignores is that when they make cowboy movies, there were a lot of black people, but they didn't feature them much. So that's one of the realities.
Blazing Saddles is probably more historically accurate than.
Probably. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, I guess.
Is Nia.
Yeah. As I said, I guess everybody does certain things so they can get more audience, but BBC's really they really are going really strange, aren't they? The BBC with this female agenda all the way through their shows, not only Doctor Who, all of them, and
Match of the Day as well.
Big Finish now as well.
Yeah, Ian Brown put up a picture a couple of days ago. And it was a picture from the Red Nose Day, and all the pictures were women. Not one picture of a man. It's crazy. It's going crazy.
Men are threatening.
Yeah.
Toxic.
Not good.
I think they've dug a hole for themselves, and they're just.
As I said, let's see how far this is going to go. I mean, I think, there is a reason why people are not dumping their license, because they're not happy with the BBC, and if the BBC ignores it, they're going to go down. But they don't really seem to care, do they?
I thought they made lots of money from BBC worldwide.
Well, not enough apparently.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, so, oh god.
Yeah, but BBC Worldwide is kind of like a franchise, isn't it? It's like, I mean, if they want to show something like BBC America wants to show something from British UK BBC, they have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But Canada's even worse, I hear from my brother when it comes to the work stuff. Would you agree with that, BowlesTrek?
Well, here's the thing about Canada. So when you think of Canada, you think of our Prime Minister. He grew a beard last year, just made it
did he?
ridiculous. But here's the thing about Canadian television. So we have this I'll call it abortion, called CBC, the Canadian Broadcast Corporation. But unlike the BBC, you don't have to pay. You aren't mandated. You don't. It's not mandatory. You have to pay. You can get it over the air. Although it is paid for with our tax dollars, which pisses everyone off. We've been trying to get them defunded. But here's the thing. So the CBC is woke as hell. Nobody watches the CBC. Even Doctor Who isn't on the CBC anymore. But when you look at what we watch in Canada, few people know this, but we get all the American networks: NBC, CBS, Fox, the WB, CNN, God help them, MSNBC, Fox News. In terms of the entertainment we're watching, nobody in Canada watches Canadian entertainment. We all realize it's shit. I'm like, shit. Just to give you an example, the CBC because their Canadian productions are so bad, they're actually funny. But the CBC actually had this god awful show called Little Mosque on the Prairie, which is as bad as you think. So they were lucky if they could get 100,000 people weekly watching this show. But because it's paid for with taxes, this thing ran for 7 years.
Yeah, like the BBC stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Murdoch mysteries? Are they still doing that?
It's still on. I've never. My dad loves the Murdoch mysteries.
All right.
To be honest, I've never really watched it. Although apparently
Is that
did
Rupert Murdoch?
No.
No, Murdoch from the A-Team.
But
Get me in that
Murdoch.
plane.
Howling Man Murdoch.
Amanda Donahoe, very nice.
But I must dispel the myth that all Canadians are woke, because we're not. Our prime minister is
he
what he is.
Yeah.
But
when he's not shoving past people in Parliament, out of the way, you slag. Boof.
well, here's the way it works in Canada. So our provincial premiers actually have a lot more power than governors do in the U.S. It's pretty much a dictatorial position. In 2 years ago, Canada elected a conservative provincial government, Doug Ford, who's the brother of Rob Ford, which I'm sure the whole world heard of. He was Toronto's drunken
infamous mayor of Toronto.
He's
the start of my morning.
Yep.
Allegedly.
But Doug he's actually nothing like his brother. Conservative
Allegedly.
government, but very straight edge, and there is no wokeness with that. He's actually fought against it in the school system. So no, Canada isn't that woke. They try to force Canada to my city is very working class. It is the least woke place you could imagine. There is no wokeness here. So Canada, there's the Canada that the rest of the world sees, and then there's the Canada that actually lives, unless you're in the hell on earth known as downtown Toronto.
I've been there. Hell on earth.
Well, it's Sanford. Keep in mind, we were talking about earlier what it costs to live in Toronto.
Toronto boring.
Well, when you look at the rental prices downtown Toronto, it's just a bunch of rich little shits that have never had to work a day in their lives. So they are woke. So you don't want to go there. I avoid downtown Toronto like the plague.
Wokeness
but the rest of
that's a combo, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it is woke gentrification. That's why, all the poor people in Toronto have been ghettoized into what's called the Jane and Finch area, which actually makes Compton look like happy fun time. All the poor people are ghettoed there, but the rest of the city is completely unaffordable. It's a bunch of rich snots, and I hate it there. I fucking hate, just as an example, the last time I was in Toronto, which was a few months before lockdown, I was in the ultra posh part of the city, and so I was picking somebody up, and I was trying to find a parking spot. So I'm getting pissed off because it's Toronto and you can't park anywhere. So I'm getting angry. I'm up to a 4-way stop, waiting for these two young gentlemen to go, and literally it's like they were trying to piss people off because they started making out in the middle of the intersection while looking at the people that were parked waiting to go. I'm like, what? Fucking hell. This is what downtown Toronto is.
Jesus.
This is what downtown, when you think of every...
Fucking hell.
Making out's all right, but not when I'm trying to park there, mate.
Well, no, I have no issue with the making out. I'm like, why are you doing it in the middle of a goddamn intersection? Well, when you go downtown...
Talk about attention seeker.
Every hipster, blue-haired, patchy beard, glasses wearing little shit. That's all you see down there. It's fucking awful.
Jesus.
Sounds a bit like Shoreditch in East London.
It's well, every city has
Yeah.
and it's always the rich kids that are the wokest. Why? Because they've never lived in the real world. Whereas I
The ones
live
who have
in
got the
a,
most privilege out of any
Shoreditch.
generation
Yeah,
ever
and they're
that
all
fucking
white.
lived on this earth.
And
Yep.
they think they're supreme to everyone as well, funnily enough. You know?
well, that's why I like my city, because it's very working class. People here know what it's like to live in the real world. My neighborhood is as working class as you can get. So compared to the hell that is Toronto, my city is like coming back down to earth. It's like normal people.
Right.
People that, didn't have anything handed to them, because this has never been a wealthy city. But yeah, I've done my Toronto rant a few times, and my puppy is looking at me with water in her eyes. I will be back. We gotta go pee pee.
Okay.
Shoreditch, land of the low-slung denim. Nathan and Barley country. I remember when it was all strip bars.
Well, Jackson.
The Shoreditch is not a bad place as far as I can tell.
No,
I've only been there twice.
It's a bit more expensive.
Great. It used to be
£10
really cool.
for a coffee.
Yeah. Then they all
New
discovered
media.
it.
They can keep it.
Fast internet and no personality.
It used to be fun.
Ian,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing a Resident Alien.
I was waiting for that to happen.
Totally
Everyone's
different
been
thing.
wanting
Yeah.
to call it Resident Evil.
I'm
Finally,
only
it slipped
human.
out.
I make mistakes. I am fallible. I think we're
I
doing
think we've all been wanting to do it.
Fucking hell! Do you ever
Go
stop
on.
interrupting?
Yes, but not yet. All right, now.
All right.
Now.
Okay, mate. Matthew and I are thinking about doing a review soon as it's out. Would you fancy maybe taking part? Obviously,
Sure. I mean, yeah, sure.
Why don't you do a watch along?
No, you know what? I hate
No.
watch-alongs. Tell you the truth, I don't understand them. I mean, what about when people want to tune in your live stream and they haven't got what
Boring.
you're watching? It's going to be boring for them, isn't it? So, but reviewing stuff's always fun, isn't it? Different opinions and stuff like that. So that's always fun.
he's good. Matthew's going to look out for when it lands. So
Okay.
soon as he's got it, he's going to send it over. Yes.
Cockney interrupt us. Nice one, Beer Ebb.
Have you not slept yet, Cockney?
Yes.
Because you were up late talking to us this morning,
I was.
weren't you?
Yeah.
It's
been
2
Good
o'clock in the
stream that
morning,
today.
something like that, and then and now you're back. It's
I know,
crazy.
It is. It's all.
It's like Arnold. I'll be
It's
back.
caffeine and adrenaline.
Ah.
No, I've had a bit of a kip, but not a full night. But half a night's good for me at the moment. That's more than I've had in a long time. So, yeah. No, I still don't know where I am, who I am, but as long as I'm interrupting and being annoying, I'm roughly in the right place. You know what I mean?
Ian, how long have you known BowlesTrek?
And that's kind of up to a year now, I think.
Right, so it's
I can't remember
relatively
how I
new,
got
yeah.
introduced to him. Actually, can't remember, but it's a
Lee?
good chap. I don't know. I think it might have been Gary. I think I can't
Right.
remember. I can't.
Who is this Gary character?
Gary? No,
No, that was I know, it was a weird science reference. So it was a really obscure one.
Gary
for the-
Beaker.
Beekler.
Mr. Bleakler.
Beekler,
Mr.
yeah.
Bleakler. Beaker.
He looks really tall. I don't know how tall he is, but he looks like he's 6 foot something, doesn't he?
That beard
So
he's
Gary, I think he's about
Yeah,
6'1",
Gary.
6'2".
Where is he? He's a tall guy.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
5'0", me.
I'm 67.
67 what? Hey?
Age, you're
got.
67.
Not 67. That'd be silly. If I was
Don't be silly,
67,
Brown.
yeah. It's all downhill from there, mate. I tell you, once you reach your 50s, it's all downhill.
Old age
Cheers.
and death.
In the chat, Barry Geekler, apparently.
Beekler.
That's-
Ah, right.
Bleakler. Bleecker Street. Bleecker Street Cinema.
I think Barry Geekler was a parody site or something. Apparently, I think Demon's Side said that yesterday on our stream.
Mm. What's your avatar, Ian? What's that? The avatar you've got?
Rebel
Rebel Alliance,
Alliance.
isn't it?
Oh,
yeah.
and you look familiar. Yeah, okay.
Is that for Gino?
Brown Rebel
Gino?
Scum. It is. I thought might as well.
Rebel scum.
Yeah.
You notice you said rebel scum, not resistant scum. So even TK4271 knew it was on. He was FM127, didn't he? Rebel scum, not resistant.
Has anybody watched Mike Zero's channel?
Sometimes I watch it. Sometimes I watch Mr. H as well. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Mike Zero self-parody, brilliant.
Is he the guy with that dresses like a woman? Who's the one that dresses like a woman?
And
he had a stream about people coming out, didn't he, on YouTube?
1 hour.
Yeah, did my head in. Yeah, it's just like I'm straight. I've got a girlfriend, but I'm queer. You know, it's just like I hate that. It just drives me insane. It's like, yeah, you're just cashing in, mate. Well, my identity. This like, just put it back in the closet for fuck's sake.
Well, that's the good thing about YouTube. You can get anything on. You know, anyone can talk about anything. It's not restricted by rules. Well, it will be one day, but
very much so.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah. We've got talking bollocks down to a T, haven't we? To an art form on there.
To a fine art.
Talking bollocks.
I mean, we always talk about Doctor Who, we always talk about Star Wars, we always talk about, Star Trek and stuff like that, and Gina Carano. But we could talk about the good old days, the shows where the good old days and stuff.
Blake
$6 Million Man, Blake 7, Sweeney,
Blake 7, we should do a special on Blake 7. The proto Expanse, ahead of the curve.
I've only watched it once when it was broadcast. So
Blake 7.
Yeah, got BritBox.
I loved it at the time.
So did I.
Avon's 5.
It was
amazing.
Avon. Avon was the man, wasn't he? Let's face
it. Yeah. Avon lives, mate. I love that. I love Avon. He's for me, he's the greatest TV character ever.
Yeah, he was the hero, wasn't he? Just had that. He was the anti-hero.
He was just so sharp. Like his wit was just mercurial, and he didn't suffer fools gladly. And my God, he could fucking cut you in half with his just just love it.
Yeah, I might change my identity to Cockney Avon. Now I think about it. Fuck off, Blake.
I hope they remake it one day and not have it broken.
Chibnall showrunner.
No. Well, I don't think he's going to get that job. I hope that this is his last round with Doctor Who. I hope they get rid of him, and then
I will say in the chat, Heinz Birab UFO Space 1999. Excellent, my friend.
UFO was okay, but it was weird.
Yeah, it's a bit of a. I was watching the first episode a few weeks ago, and it's just like you can see what it was made for, right? It's like you can see they're all smoking in the office, and all the girls with like these mini skirts and their tits out, and the big hair, and the woman comes on, and you got that kind of music. It's just like fucking 60s. It's great.
Oh, and somebody in the chat just said, "BowlesTrek, have you ever watched Predator Poachers Ontario?" I've never heard of it, but I just pulled up the channel. This is kind of creepy. But honestly, you see Ontario as a dark place. It is a dark place. Canadians aren't as friendly as you think they are. Toronto is as friendly as New York City.
What, 70s New York City or?
Oh, nice distinction. Different throughout the late 70s New York. Now that had personality.
Or even worse, 2021 New York.
Well, 2021 New York is pretty much an abandoned New York. So, did anybody watch the New Year's Day or New Year's Eve celebrations?
The ones in London had BLM fireworks.
They did, yeah.
The ones I saw that, but the in New York City area, that was so sad. Just at some point, pull up the video. It's so goddamn pathetic. It's like celebrating to like nobody.
Yeah. Well, nobody was allowed out. So,
and the meanwhile in Wuhan,
BowlesTrek, how is lockdown in your neck of the woods? The Coof.
It actually hasn't been that bad because my area has never been into full lockdown like some places in the country where literally you have to ask permission to go out. But it's
like here.
Yeah.
In the boat.
Well, they were like that in Manitoba and Winnipeg. Actually, I think they did this in some areas of Toronto as well, where if you went into Walmart, they actually roped off anything that wasn't essential. You couldn't even get clothes.
Yeah, we had that here as well. Yeah.
We didn't have that in my neck of the woods. We've had non-essential closures, but for the most part, it's been fine. Like I go into work every day. Now my workplace does look like a biohazard containment facility, as like everywhere else. But where I live, the infection rates were always very, very low. So it's they call us the Northern Ontario bubble. It's the idiots coming up from Toronto that have been spreading it. But Toronto is a disaster.
Shout out to, no segue here, but just got to do a shout out to Aston Martin Bond 007. He's come out with a couple of classics. But yeah, Gareth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Yes.
Underrated classic featuring future Doctor Who, Richard Adewadi.
No. He hasn't got the range. He hasn't got the range.
He has got the range. If you've never seen the Shamanic Council, he's hardcore.
BowlesTrek, there's a message for you, my friend,
Crunch.
from our provider of quality
We can all
TV.
visit the Crunch.
I do love Darth Marine.
If you can read the chat there, mate, can you see it?
Oh yeah, I can see that right there. I may have already put on my special hat. It's a pirate ship hat because I'm going to go sailing. I may have already sailed, and I may have already possibly acquired some treasure in my pirate ship.
May have possibly. The Mounties are at your door now, mate.
Yeah, well, no, they'll just give me an angry pirate letter.
BowlesTrek, other than Doctor Who, what other kind of sci-fi programs float your boat, as it were?
Well, real Star Trek has always been second to Doctor Who, sometimes before Doctor Who. By real Star Trek, I'm talking Star Trek up to 2005. Okay. X-Files, as long as you pretend that last season doesn't exist. Sliders, Babylon 5.
Oh, yes.
Two franchises that have not been destroyed. Thank God.
Have you watched Blake 7 yet?
No, because they took it down. I am still holding out. No, I'm going to get a region-free DVD player. Just
jealous.
So there is that. I am a fan of actually predominantly classic horror these days. So there's that. So I right now I classify myself.
Have you done The Expanse?
Have I done the what?
The
Expanse. Have you watched it?
Yes, I have watched the first 3 seasons. Sadly, I still haven't watched the 4th. And I
know somebody else.
Stop before you go to season 4. Season 4 it starts to get downhill, and then season 5 it went pretty well.
Well, Cockney, you could sell him your copy of season 4. It should work on it, shouldn't it?
I'm never letting it go. You'll have to space me first. I've literally got it in my hand right now. Oh, Expanse season 4 slipcase. Out it comes. Can you hear it popping open? 3
You're just teasing yourself.
Lovely. Can't play any of the fuckers. Smells good. It's got everything going for it, just apart from playability. Oh, release it in the US region.
Question
Amazon wankers.
In the chat. Have you guys ever watched the mini show Hammer House of Horrors from 1980? Yes.
Yes.
It was
a long time ago, but yes.
I remember the one with the I think it was that one.
It was really good.
Or was it? There was another TV series similar to that. I can't remember.
Carry on.
The guy, the hitchhiker. They were the family driving in this car, and there's a hitchhiker with like a claw, and he just kills the driver.
I tell you what else was good from around that time. Quatermass. Do you remember Quatermass when it was on TV? Sir John
Tales
Mills.
of the Unexpected.
ITV.
Yeah, that was really good.
Love Tales of the Unexpected.
Tales of the Unexpected was good.
Anybody ever watch Survivors or The Omega Factor?
Yeah, love Survivors. The first series was great.
Well, the first series is completely different. It goes to hell as it goes on, but
it goes more crazy as it goes on. Have you heard the audio dramas, the Big Finish ones?
Some of them.
Don't go to season 9. because it like basically the whole thing becomes a matriarchy.
Well, yeah, it's Big Finish.
We have a few references to space above and beyond. Anybody remember that?
Yeah, Once Upon a Time.
Vaguely.
But hey, one show that you must check out, which is from the real BBC. Well, it's British. The Omega Factor from the 1970s, which stars Louise Jameson. It's like a 1970s British X-Files.
Yeah. And there's also old crappy show called Bugs that the BBC made. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Absolute shit.
Oh no, it's Bugs Bunny.
And then there was that one with the dinosaurs and ITV. Can't remember that one. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, pre what was it?
Dino Bollocks.
Yeah, it was absolute nonsense. But the first season was okay, and then just died.
Prehistoric, wasn't it? That was
yeah. I can't
That's
remember.
not about BBC
Well done,
Corporation
Lee,
meetings.
It was ITV's combat against Doctor Who, because Doctor Who was really picking up, so they created that show with the dinosaurs, didn't they? With the scientists and the dinosaurs.
Everyone loves dinosaurs.
Primeval.
Yeah.
Primeval.
That was it. Primeval.
Yeah.
Well done, Heinz Birab coming through again.
There we go. Yeah.
It was absolute shit.
Paid
The
attention.
Stone Tapes, the Stone Roses, amateurs.
Who remembers a Sapphire and Steel?
I love
Remember the
Sapphire.
Alamo?
Oh God, that is. See, half the time you have no idea what's going on, which is part of the brilliance of that show.
I've got it right here. So I'm just dipping it out. Joanna Lumley, David McCallum, created by PJ Hammond. Got the complete series right here.
With really good music and really good intro.
I have the show factory.
Sapphire and Steel.
Does anybody? Do you remember the last episode? The last episode, they
the one in the cafe.
Yeah, they actually lost, didn't they? They actually were doomed.
Yeah.
Then we never found scratch.
Hey, spoilers.
Was that late 70s,
mate?
Sorry, what did you say?
Mega
Post
Was that late 70s?
No, that was 80, wasn't it?
80 through I think 80. No, I think it's 79 to 82.
Yeah.
No, brilliant show. Like I said, I recommend watching it. Just you will have no idea what's going on, but the atmosphere, it's awesome.
This is why you must get Blake's
Improve my bust.
Yeah. No, so a problem being has been telling me this for like 2 years. I will watch.
Yeah, you gotta watch it, mate. You gotta watch it. It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah. It's the best.
In the chat,
for me, it's right up there with Doctor Who, like Tom Baker level Doctor Who.
In the chat, live action Hulk show from the 70s. Yeah, we remember.
Yeah, I like that. I liked it.
Lou
With,
Ferrigno,
Bill Bixby. Yeah, that's good. That.
I watched that every Saturday when I was a kid.
Yeah, I used to watch that as well. Yeah,
It was always the music that used to get me at the end.
his eyes were scary.
David Triffid. Oh, SWAT Shop.
Oh yeah, David Triffid's God.
And they had tripods. Remember, BBC had a show called
I
Tripod.
love tripods. That show. I mean, they spent so much money on that, but they didn't make the final series, which is just like because they spent that money on the 5 Doctors instead.
Yeah, and I believe to this day that still has not had a Region 1 release, unless I've missed it. But that's on my when I get my player. See, here's the funny thing on Amazon.ca, all the Region 2 releases are dirt cheap. You can get, say, Black Books, for example. The complete series is like $15, or you get the now discontinued Region 1, which last time I looked was going for about $700.
Wow. Have you seen Green Wing, BowlesTrek?
What is Green Wing?
If you like Black Books, you'll love Green Wing.
It's in the hospital.
And it's got Michelle Gomez in it, and it's got what's the face from Black Books in it. Yeah,
brilliant.
Based in there.
Fantastic. One of the best comedy. Comedy is probably one of the more subjective.
It's like
genres,
Scrubs, only really funny.
It's funny. It'll make you laugh. Buy it now.
It's really
But
good.
there's some shows that people
Steve
seem to
Mangan.
forget. Like Wild Wild West was a pretty damn good show. It's probably beyond your time. I don't know if you guys remember that show. Last Smith and Jones
I know
was
the show.
terrific.
Last Smith and Jones.
Not
Aliens.
9 o'clock news.
No, I meant
Gemini
Aliens.
Man. Do you remember
Alas
Gemini
Smith
Man?
and Jones is an obscure reference. It's Alias Smith and Jones. Was
Yes, it
was
is.
an obscure
Alias.
Western, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So sorry, I fluffed up my line there, Brown.
Ian,
Didn't jump all over me for that.
Ian,
What's
do you
that?
remember Gemini Man, the guy?
Yes,
who
I
was
do.
in-
Ben Murphy.
yes.
Yeah, he
With his,
played with his watch. Yeah, he
Yeah.
turned invisible for only 15 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it was
So, yeah.
was it a diving accident?
Yes, it was. Then there was the man from Atlantis.
I used to like
That
that.
show.
I used to like that.
Man from Atlantis.
With his webbed fingers. That's what
Yeah,
I
that's
remember.
right.
It had King Tut from the original Batman as the baddie.
Oh, right.
Victor.
Yeah,
Yeah, go on.
his name is, yeah. But I remember the first ever pilot episode of The $6 Million Man, and I watched it recently, and that's some serious stuff, you know. It really is. It's not the $6 Million Man that you know. I mean, what's his name? Steve Austin was really, really freaked out that he had bionic limbs.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody remembers the pilot. Anybody remember the pilot?
long
He was the
ago.
A
pilot.
long
That's what
time
happened.
ago.
Well,
The
it was a
crash.
very
Crash
serious
didn't he?
pilot. I mean, if you ever get a chance to watch it again, it is very, very good. More so than I thought it was when I first saw it. Obviously, when I was a
We
kid.
can rebuild him faster.
It was in the 70s. It was essential TV on ITV on Thursday or Saturday night.
Yeah,
I
I
always
had the
remember
action figure as well. The
I always remember the Venus, the Venus probe episodes.
Mm.
Remember that kind of armored vehicle that went around just destroying shit.
As I said, sometimes you look at these shows like, as we were talking about Starsky and Hutch, the first pilot show of Starsky and Hutch was very serious, not the show that we came.
Well, they
to
got
love,
camper as they went along. That's the way it was.
Irish Geek says Bionic Woman wasn't bad. I would agree with that.
Lindsay
Lindsay
Wagner.
Wagner was gorgeous, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
hello,
could
Noel.
it be bad? For
Yeah.
Lindsay Wagner.
Who remembers Manimal?
I do.
Yes.
Oh shit, that was.
It was pretty bad. And Street Hawk, obviously.
Yes,
and
I like
Automan.
Street Hawk.
Remember Automan?
Yeah, I loved Automan. It was
I had the
ace.
doll of that.
Airwolf,
Fortune. That. Yeah, I loved it. And the theme.
Stringfellow Hawk.
He liked to drink, didn't he?
Yes, he did, and he drank too much, and then he died.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There you go. There you go. But no, I mean, that's some really good shows when I was growing up. I mean, there's obscure shows that, there was a show called Starfleet they used to play Saturday mornings.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
The ones, the puppets.
Yeah, Japanese.
Yeah.
It was Japanese. Yeah,
I love
puppets
that
and
show.
stuff.
I was
Yeah.
watching that recently, actually, on I think it was
I do
an
believe
episode
I've
on
seen that.
YouTube.
Was that?
I believe I have seen that. Oh, and if you're talking classic sci-fi or just bonkers stuff, you have to mention The Prisoner.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
The original Prisoner, not that god awful remake.
remake.
Yeah.
No,
Passionate
Yeah, I
Guy,
watched
Patrick
that.
McGowan.
Doomcock's favourite show.
No, my favourite show. I'm writing a book about it now.
It's,
I'm going to get to press first.
very clever. It's very clever.
I watch that series once a year. Actually, usually every January.
I'll be not stamped, filed, categorized, the other thing,
Yeah.
sentence.
That's the X-Files.
I'll be not X-filed, stamped, confused, conflated, Coronation Street, Crossroads.
Irish Geek says Airwolf and obviously Knight Rider. They were great. They were.
And then they did Blue Thunder, which was based on the movie. But it
Yes.
wasn't
The
very
movie
good.
was fantastic. The
It was,
series
yeah.
was shite.
But
I
the
just love
helicopter was
Roy
good.
Schneider. Roy Schneider's one of those
Brilliant.
actors that's
Brilliant.
really not been, bigged up, because he was a really good actor and he had a really
Underused,
distinctive look.
underrated,
Yeah,
yes.
underrated, very underrated.
And don't forget
Very
V, of
Ian,
course.
he's one of my favourite actors. I think
He
he's
is.
amazing.
I mean, you just got to look at something like French Connection, the film he was in, and he was just amazing in French Collection. French Collection.
You're fabulous.
You look
This
fabulous,
season's heroin
darling.
is amazing.
It
Some
was good.
uncut smack straight from the streets of Paris.
Freudian sleep on 119.
Yeah. It was good. I mean, I was watching a black and white. I can't even tell you what it was called, with a young David McCallum in it. It was a British film, and he had a Cockney accent. Would you believe it? But just goes to show
Cockney, have you
where
got
they
one of those?
started from, innit? Where they started
Yeah.
from. It's
And the
crazy.
Let's have a look at
Professionals.
that.
The Professionals was.
Professionals was a good show. Very, very good. As I said, if you watch it now, you didn't realize how serious it was and
It was
how
really
well
gritty.
crafted.
I've been rewatching some of it, and it's just like,
Yeah,
wow,
it's
that's
great.
pretty intense.
Well crafted show.
In the chat, Danger Man.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah,
that was
there's a bit of
Precursor
they're
to The
doing.
Prisoner.
Yeah,
Well,
they could
there's,
almost be in the same universe, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
well, there's always been that rumor that the prisoner actually is the same character.
Yeah.
But it's just never made clear. So this is what he did after he retired.
And Danger Man is also a prequel to Danger Mouse. Also
pet.
very
Love
underrated.
Danger Mouse.
In fact, they should be the Prisoner Mouse. That's what's missing. We need to round out the four. We need the Prisoner Mouse as a reference to Danger Mouse. I will not be cheese trapped.
So,
Where am I?
BowlesTrek,
You're in the
BowlesTrek,
rat
Very
race.
meta.
what do you think of
Mega
the
meta.
Equalizer with Queen Latifah?
I was going to ask him.
Once again, Queen Latifah is back.
What do you reckon?
Chips.
Have you seen it?
I can tell right now it's going to be absolutely brilliant. There's going to be no identity politics. It's going to be just fuck that shit.
Shout out
It's
to the
worse.
Irish chips. Unless he's talking about chopped up potatoes, but
Yeah,
chips.
well,
California Highway Patrol. John
Yeah.
Nothing remotely homoerotic about that whatsoever.
Not at all. Just two buff young men on motorcycles, just running around, pulling people over and
fucking each other.
patting them down.
Hey, has anybody seen Alex Kurtzman's Clarice? I hear it's wonderful.
Do I look like a masochist?
No.
I really don't want to see anything that Kurtzman kicks out now.
The only thing I like by Kurtzman
apparently
Kurtzman
it's
interviews.
Well, it's worse from what I've heard. It's actually worse than his Star Trek Abominations.
And
I'm
even the mainstream
what?
press have turned against him on that. So that's interesting.
I'm almost curious to watch it just to see how bad it actually is. But then the problem is I have to watch it, and I don't want it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're
Watch The Equalizer instead. You'll enjoy that.
Oh God, that was terrible.
I'm not
that
watching
was
it till Della Soul make an appearance.
one episode, and that was enough for me. Absolute shit. I don't even know why they spent money on that show. I really don't.
It's like they deliberately want to lose money. It blows my mind that they keep doing this shit. I really don't. Who they're making it for? Exactly.
In the chat,
They're making it for their egos.
Yeah, because no one's fucking watching it.
Ooh,
Maybe some weird tax write-off.
Seinfeld is a classic. I watched Seinfeld literally from the first episode in 1989 as they aired the last episode in 98. Me and my friends, we actually had, with the final episode, we had a Seinfeld going away party. And other than some of the fashions and technology, the show really isn't dated. It's been off the air for 23 years now. It holds up.
I will say about Friends, I fucking hated Friends with a passion.
Seinfeld way
fucking
better.
hated it.
Seinfeld
fucking hated it.
Very well observed, like the popping. I love the popping. I'm on the popping right now.
Yeah, I liked Seinfeld. When I first saw it, I didn't get it, and then I saw one episode, and suddenly I got it.
Well, that was the whole point. It was a show about literally nothing.
Yeah. No,
apparently that's a myth. It wasn't about nothing. It's about little things. Here you go. Pop culture knowledge. I've been waiting to drop this one in. According to Jerry Seinfeld himself, it's a myth that it's a show about nothing. It's actually a show about little things that stand-up comedians such as Jerry observed. And so, it's actually lots of little things. But somewhere along the line, I think it's just in an interview, a previous interview, goes, it's about nothing. And it's stuck. And until now, I've broken.
Well, they did a whole episode on it, didn't they? Remember when George was trying to sell the idea to a network, and he said, "I've got this idea. It's about nothing," So they're describing their own show.
The way they ended the show, I think, was brilliant. These are not heroes; these are legitimately bad people. I'm like, that's awesome. Yeah. It's like, no, we're not your heroes. If you like us, then you're scum.
Well, they ended up in jail, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's how they ended the show. They're terrible
for doing
people
nothing.
Ended up in jail.
Yeah. I think. Do you know what? That's quite a strong philosophical point they're making, accidentally or deliberately. Because if you're witnessing a crime, You shouldn't be compelled to help. What if you get shot? So
Well,
I
that's
think they
what
should
I
have been
said at
jailed.
the time too. It's
So
like you could end up getting killed, but no, I still love the episode, and like the whole thing is just testifying what pieces of shit they are, and then you're reliving the series, and it's a clip show, but it's a clip show done cleverly. And then
It is. I like the ending of Seinfeld, and it was very
Master
clever. You're
of
right,
my
and I like
domain.
shows that actually take that risk. When it's done really well, you accept it. Do you know what I mean? Like Seinfeld, you accept. Like I can just name one. What is it? Man About the House. Do you remember that show?
Yeah,
It's a sitcom, but you all the way through that
Richard
show, you
O'Sullivan.
thought Richard O'Sullivan's character was going to marry Chrissy, and what happened at the ending? He did not. So, but that was another satisfying ending
he
as well.
he
Ryan
married
Johnson directed
the
that one.
landlady, Mildred.
No, he
Expectations
didn't.
Subverted, directed by Ryan Johnson.
So you'd have liked George and Mildred then Ian.
I love George and Mildred.
George
You
and Mildred's
could
funny.
yours.
Yeah,
That's
funny.
hilarious. Yeah,
with the
really
neighbours.
good. And are you being served? Come on.
You know what? Every show
Problem
was made
being,
just
are
now,
you free?
they've
I'm
all
free.
been made into a movie. George and Mildred was made into a movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are You Being Served was made into a movie. You know,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Apart from, I think some others do have them. It wasn't made into a movie. But these
Never to be shown on
no,
TV again.
no, what is it?
Some others do have them.
Did
Ain't half hot, mum.
Hey, half hot mum. Boom.
I get made into a movie? Anybody?
No,
I
No.
don't
Should have done.
no. I
Bless
don't
This
think
House
so.
got made into a movie. Porridge got made into a movie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Dad's
a lot
Army.
of shows. Dad's
I'm
Army
still-
got made into a movie.
I'm still thinking about
Still
Seinfeld.
watching that now.
Actually
It's
had-
ace.
Seinfeld
Yeah.
was such an influence. Anyway.
Do you see Seinfeld's show? What is it? Drinking coffee and driving. Or what was it? I can't remember that show. Do you ever watch
Oh
that
yeah,
one?
no, comedians in cars getting
That's
coffee.
it. That's the one.
Brilliant.
It is. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's really
That's-
good.
That's why I like the one. Check out the one with Norm Macdonald where he's doing a riff on.
Yeah, I
Kojak.
saw that one. That guy's
Yeah,
strange. Is he wearing a toupee or something?
He's wearing a two-pack.
is he?
He's not in
Brilliant.
tonight.
He looks very
Yeah.
strange. That guy. I don't know why, but
Yeah,
anyway.
that girl wasn't in any trouble. She was a good girl. Mama's little girl. Sweet apple pie. She was a hooker.
I like the one with when he visited Barack Obama. Did you see that one when he visited Barack Obama? Who would have thought Barack Obama was funny? He was very, very funny.
He's not a comedian. It should be ex-presidents in cars getting coffee.
Yeah,
Broke
yeah.
the premise that did. I want my money back on that one. If I wasn't downloading it.
Do you ever watch it, BowlesTrek? Do you ever watch that one
which one?
Comedians in cars paying attention.
with the guy with Seinfeld? The guy who plays Seinfeld.
No,
Jerry
I don't.
Seinfeld.
It's good.
Oh crap! I know the show. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have seen it. I think once.
I think it's for me. It's for comedy connoisseurs as well as coffee connoisseurs and car connoisseurs and people that like a little alliteration. It's got everything.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Just going back to the Friends.
I want to do a version of that.
Shite.
Can we do cunts in cars getting coffee? Tits
Isn't
tricycles
Friends
getting
the
tea.
most streamed show in the world at the moment?
I think so. I liked Friends. I liked it.
Oh,
Yeah, I can only
Hated
take
it.
so much. I didn't mind it when it was on,
hated it.
but now I've found that I have to agree. I kind of hate the show.
It's so
Predictable.
smug, isn't it? Smug.
Predictable,
It's the smugness.
chintzy, smug, and fucking horrible.
Hey, here's a bunch of
Hated it then.
narcissists. Aren't they funny? Yay! Like we see enough
Crap.
of these people on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, what about Frasier then? Frasier was a good show.
No,
yeah,
cheers
I
for
was about
me.
to say that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. for this. Yeah.
Cheers and Frasier. Although I think I might prefer Frasier.
I like Niles.
Oh,
So do
God.
I.
Yeah,
So do
Niles.
I.
Cheers is very, very well written.
Every
It's amazing.
episode of Frasier, you don't come away not laughing. Every episode makes
No,
you laugh.
I mean it is funny. I'll say that, but you know,
Yeah.
it's it
Plus,
can get a bit
Daphne was
speed, you know, up and down the same. I mean, I love the character. I think that's what made it work was the characters were so well written. You know,
Hmm.
And
Love
Daphne
it.
was
It's
a very
former
good
Hill's
show.
Angel from Benny Hill, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
Bonus.
Yeah, what was her name again?
Lady that played Daphne.
Jenny
Oh,
Hill.
Daphne.
There you go.
Daphne. Yeah, Daphne.
goes to iPad. Who
Yeah,
played
she
Daphne
used to
in
be one of the
Frasier?
girls, the Benny Hill girls. Yeah.
Uh,
So-
Exactly.
Can we dare
yeah.
mention Benny Hill? Yes, we can mention it. Yes.
all the
Yeah,
time.
but look, Benny Hill was made for a time, and it's a shame that everybody, the public or whoever's in charge, looks at it and
Turned
say,
on him.
"Do you know
Turned on
what?
him.
Yeah, they've literally turned on it, and I don't understand why. When you watch it, and even when you
Double
watch it
standards,
now,
mate.
it's funny. Yeah,
Daphne
but
Moon, played by Jane Leaves. There you go,
That's
Jane
it.
leaves
Yeah.
and comes back
But he
again.
kind of had the last laugh on the UK side, didn't he? Because he went to America and made even more money.
he
Did you know
didn't
his grave was robbed when they buried him? It leaked that he'd been buried with some of his treasure.
Oh
So
God!
people went and dug his body up, and then it had to be,
Jeez.
concreted in.
Blimey.
He didn't go to America. Look, this is the story
On
that you keep getting
130.
wrong. Basically, what happened was that
fact
they
check.
cancelled the show. He wasn't doing anything. Then the show got syndicated to America. Then it was a huge hit in America, and he didn't know anything about it until somebody
right.
told him. Then when he went there, he was mobbed. When he came out of the airport, he was mobbed, and he didn't
Wow.
realize how big the show was in
Fact check
America.
on 130.
So there you go. And
Boom.
yeah, he died alone. He was in his living room, in his living room, and he died alone. He had one TV and one sofa and one TV in his living room. He had hardly anything basically, but he was rich. He had a crap load of money, and he, died alone. So it's really sad about.
I had
And they
Something
robbed
like
his
that.
grave. It's just like, wow.
Here we go. This is a little bit. Sorry, boys. This. Wait until Cockney sees this.
What's that?
Uh-oh.
Steptown Son.
Oh, yes.
Town, son.
You
I'm
So-
fucking,
so-
I'm fucking living it.
So hold on. So
on the buses.
Harold!
just for BowlesTrek, because BowlesTrek doesn't know these shows. Like,
Yeah, but
I
Steptown
mentioned-
Son is
Hold on.
like-
I mentioned Man About the House. There's an American version that you
Yeah, that's
probably
what I was
know
just gonna say.
is called. What was it called? The American version, Lee?
Oh,
It was that
Hombre
Freeze
around the house.
Company. Freeze Company.
Oh, okay. With
Oh, the version
So-
of Steptown, son. That
no, I
was,
thought it was called something else in Son.
No, Steptoe Son was called something. Oh God, what was it called?
It was
Brown
another
and
something
Son.
in Son.
No, it was called Stanford and Son.
Yeah.
Stanford
That's
and
the
Son?
one. That's
There
it.
you
Yeah.
go. Boom. Nicely
Yeah.
done.
So those
And, that
shows.
was, and they turned that into a film as well.
I did. Yes, they did. They did.
Yes.
You're right. Absolutely right. They made 2 films, in fact, 2 Steptoe
Yes.
Son films. Yeah. So those shows, the Americans, they never ever give the British people credit because
Well, no, it's actually, to be honest, I didn't even know Three's Company was based off, and everybody knows Three's Company here. Well, anybody over the age of like 30, but yeah, no, John Ritter, classic.
Yeah.
show. The late great John Ritter.
yeah.
Here's the one that's driving me berserk. Why do only fools and
Fool and
horses
all
work?
work. Da, 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 da.
La, la, la,
Well, the
la,
Americans
la,
haven't
la,
done that
la,
yet.
la,
Yeah.
You could,
Or
you could
Blackadder.
press
Oh, they
that,
tried to
could
do a Blackadder called 1776. And it
Red
was
Dwarf.
dreadful.
Yeah.
And Red
Yeah,
Dwarf.
they did.
Oh,
Yeah, they
yeah.
did an American version of Red
Well,
Dwarf.
they
It was
did 2
terrible.
pilots for that.
Well,
On
no,
the
they
buses.
did one.
Olive?
No, they did 2.
Well,
did two
I know on the DVD.
They did one with the
that?
male cat and one with the female cat.
Okay, well, it was god awful. By the way, has anybody seen the recent Red Dwarf Promised Land? I actually picked it up.
I
but
saw
haven't-
it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
all right. It was all right. It was all right.
I've
Yeah,
heard the
same
mixed
joke
things.
with the cat flap door, though. It was just like over and over again. It's like, yeah, move on.
Don't spoil it for BowlesTrek.
I'm still trying to pitch my
Lee.
new version of
There's nothing to
40 Towers.
spoil.
It's nothing to
Check
spoil.
it out.
Wasn't that good?
Don't
You need both the original writers on that show to make it work. And
No more Red Dwarf by the looks
Now
of it.
they're in court suing each other or something. So it's not.
Oh, dear.
Not friendly. It's, I tell you what, it's not
Only
easy
the
to
lawyers
transfer
win.
a show to another territory, but I think 40 Towers, but instead of in the UK,
Don't mention the
in
war.
Torquay, set it to Iraq, Fallujah Towers.
They did an American version called Pain, which was not very successful.
No, the Iraqi version, Fallujah Towers, the
Fallujah
Anglo-American.
Towers.
He has to
Don't
say that
mention
on
the
every
war.
stream.
You started it. You invaded Baghdad on the
No, he
4th
didn't.
The weapons of mass destruction.
Well, I have to say, best all-time British sitcom, Keeping Up Appearances.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
have you
it was
seen
pretty good.
Hyacinth Bouquet.
One Foot in the Grave? Have you seen?
I was
One
about
Foot
to say that, followed by One Foot in the Grave. I would rank as second.
Mm. There's some really
Well,
good.
more
the
than 40 Towers, higher than 40 Towers. Mate. Have you
BBC
seen
kicked out some good sitcoms.
What are you
They did.
expecting?
Have you seen,
Have
have you seen-
Serengeti,
wait,
herds
wait.
of wildebeest walking with
BowlesTrek?
Yo.
BowlesTrek, have you seen what's it called? Waiting for God.
Yes, I was about. Actually,
That's
there
on
is a
Gary's
connection.
channel.
There is a connection between those three shows and Doctor Who. Doctor Who was taken off the air in 1989 because the BBC wanted to focus more on its sitcoms. It kind of decided it hated science fiction. Well, now it's shit. But there were three series introduced in 1990, and apparently that's where part of Doctor Who's budget went, which was Keeping Up Appearances, One Foot in the Grave, and Waiting for God. And the good thing about Waiting for God is it has nothing to do with religion. It's not as strong as the other two. Well, no.
I loved
Father
what's her face
Ted.
in it.
Father Ted.
Yep.
Drink.
But you know,
Father Trev.
the BBC. It's been reported now that the BBC has produced 40% less comedy in the last few years. 40%.
Iron Brew. Drink.
Oi!
Well, the comedy that they have
40% less comedy because obviously they don't want to offend anyone, do they? So they produce 40%. Like BBC used to be famous for their comedies, and that's 40%
Clearly
less.
not.
Well, not anymore.
Well,
can you imagine the word comedy though? Ugh.
Well, can you imagine
Did you just say oi? Sorry.
Talking.
One at a time, please.
Gentlemen, just
Exactly.
Lee, tone it down.
Too sexy.
Oi!
No, I was saying, could you imagine
Balls.
if they remade Yes Minister right now?
No.
God.
Just imagine what that show would be like now.
That would be
Well, that's the thing. It seems I thought it was quite wacky, and it's basically predicted everything. It's realistic.
Oh, yeah.
It's wacky. Yes, Mr. President. Actually, I'd like to see that. That'd be the US version. Yes, Mr. President.
136.
Oh, the original version of House of Cards, that was pretty dark as well.
Yeah.
That was good.
I got to admit, I did like House of Cards with Kevin Spacey. I thought it was very good. I did. I thought it was very good before he became, whatever. But,
what about the New Statesman, Alan Bastardi?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Rick Mail, comedy hero.
Best
the British
series.
version wasn't too bad either, actually.
The
the
New
British
Statesman was fucking awesome.
Alan Bastard.
And there was one episode where they did end it with the line, "Yes, Minister." I just thought that was a nice little reference.
I tried to get Command Culture to watch that.
That's some really good sitcoms on.
He's too busy watching Top Gear.
He is picking up some.
That's how crap the BBC is. How could they lose a show like Top Gear? What a bunch of idiots! The biggest rating show.
Somebody.
But still, though, I mean, really.
Well, you know how they did it. All the wasteism.
All the toxic white males.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Mind your language. Nice one, Aston. Let's go all the way back.
That'll never get shown again.
Well, it is a huge hit in Saudi Arabia, apparently.
Really?
I like their cars.
Yeah, apparently.
What, mind your language or Top
Mind
Gear?
your language. Mind your language.
Oh.
Jesus.
Yeah. And actually, BowlesTrek and in Canada, because the last time I was in Canada, actually about 10 years ago, I was in Canada, and a couple of neighbors, my brother's neighbors, they loved it. They were watching the show. They were watching Mind Your Language. They thought it was brilliant. They couldn't see what was wrong with it. There you go. There you go.
No.
What about Love Thy Neighbour?
Oh,
That was very similar.
Yeah, no, that was very racist, I guess, when you look at it now. So yeah, no.
Oh, and
Rising Damp.
No, I was thinking.
Rising Damp was
Maybe.
amazing.
But
Rising Damp was ace.
Are you being served? They've done that one.
Are you free?
To Death Us Depart. To Death Us Depart, and the one before
Yes.
that was.
The Death Us 2 part they was as considered racist now. I guess.
But it wasn't. It was taken
Everything's considered racist.
Yeah.
But that's another show that Americans took from us to and I can't remember the American version, but you would know it, BowlesTrek, if I remembered the name.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, I can't remember what the American version's called. But
And it was originally the original series was
band off
called
BritBox.
In Sickness and in Health, wasn't it? That was the original.
yeah, that was a sequel.
No, that was was that the sequel? Or was that the one before?
No, it was a sequel. It was a sequel to Death to Us Part because he was old, and that black guy was looking after him, wasn't he, in the wheelchair? Do you remember?
Yeah.
That gay black guy, but so, but
Yeah, I mean, it's just so. I mean, it's beautifully done, so funny. I think Alf Garnett, the actor. I can't forget his name now, but he was
Warren.
He was Jewish.
Warren Mitchell.
Warren Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Yeah, he's gone now, isn't he?
Yeah, sad. Bless him.
Yeah. Great.
And he used to get people come up to go, "Oh, I love that show. You really, and say, "Yeah, they loved how he was so racist." And say, "You're an idiot." It was about you. Like it was taking the piss out of people like you. So yeah,
Very of its time.
Yeah, it's a shame that it's mistakenly, thought of in that terms. In those terms, it's not. Not at all. There you go.
As I said, I'm rewatching Fringe, and I'm really liking it now. So I remember I saw it the first time it all came out, and obviously I've forgotten about it, and I'm rewatching it now. And that's a sci-fi that people's forgotten about, together with Quantum Leap as well. A lot of people forgotten about Quantum Leap.
Classics. No, there were. I want them to not remember Quantum Leap because there were rumors going around about a Quantum Leap reboot, and I don't want them to destroy Sam, probably to be Samantha or something like it.
Yeah, probably.
No. Although with Quantum Leap, I will say I have not been able to watch the series finale since the day it aired.
Yes.
So 28 years ago. So 28 years later, I'm still pissed off at the way they ended that show.
So am I. That's another show that ended the way you didn't think it was going to end, because Sam never went home.
No, there's that and the season finale or the series finale of One Foot in the Grave. I'll never watch again. Yeah, there's a few of them that were just
that was horrible. That was horrible.
Yeah. That was awful.
That was so fucking sad. It was just like, what? No.
But not as sad as the Blackadder, the way that ended.
Yeah, that was
very sad. Yeah.
But that was so beautifully done. I mean, that was talked about for ages because it was so
We're talking about it now.
You see,
and my friend, hello, Aston Martin Bond 007. Tell Bobby I said hi. Bobby's his adorable dog that's all over Twitter. Sliders reboot. Fuck. Oh wait, I'm gonna get you censored. Fudge.
You can swear as much as you want here, mate.
No.
Although
I was discussing on Twitter about Sliders earlier this week. It needs a new transfer. The first 3 seasons of Sliders were shot on 35mm film in Vancouver. All we have are these horrific DVD transfers that literally look like you're streaming something in 1998. They're awful. Wow. Now, we don't care about the last 2 seasons when it was on Sci-Fi or garbage. We don't care about those. But give us HD transfers of the first 3 seasons. The film exists, and Universal will not release the film, because Mill Creek tried a few years ago to do HD transfers like they did with Quantum Leap. And Universal said, no, you're not getting the master negatives. You're stuck with the broadcast copies, which are the horrible copies that we've now had released twice. So don't go near Sliders. Don't go near Quantum Leap. Don't go near Babylon 5. I think that's about it for what hasn't been destroyed.
There was a Canadian time travel show I really liked, Continuum. That was really.
I remember that one.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. It was all right. I liked it.
That.
Yeah, the girl was horny, so that's why I liked it.
Jesus. She had her mole removed. Did you notice?
May I just say to the people in the chat, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this content, please like, share, subscribe, and do all the usual YouTubey bits, please.
Yeah, all 6 of you. Yes.
Yeah. Cheers, Ian.
and send money.
Smash me down to earth. Cheers, Ian. That's why we love you on here. Just
Rachel Nichols.
Indeed.
Continuum. Is that right?
Oh yes. Yeah.
Ding dong.
No, I said I posted somewhere. I can't remember where I posted it, but I said I really enjoyed this show. I thought it was clever, and the actual writer thanked me. I thought that was very nice.
I did like it. I liked it quite. I didn't see the last season though.
I didn't know. I mean, it took ages. I mean, there were a lot of problems with that. It took ages for them to actually finish it, but they did.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was good.
BowlesTrek.
Actually, I will be right back. Now a certain fluffy friend is telling me she has to poop. See, she refused. Well, she's mad at me because she doesn't like when I stream because I'm talking to nobody. So she's been giving me the all day.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
And I brought her out earlier.
And concept of the internet.
Oh yeah. Well, she's mad at me, so that's why she refused to poop. But now she's
the boss.
The walk, so I will be
refusing.
back. Okay, pal.
Okay, no worries.
Ian, question.
Yep.
You weren't into Babylon 5, were you?
No, not at all. Not at all. What's the question?
That was it.
For what
Short interview at 1:45.
Why didn't you like Babylon 5?
It's not that I didn't like it. I've never watched it. I never had a chance to watch
Babylon
it. So
5 at 1:45.
You need to watch it. It's one of the
I never
finest
watched it either.
sci-fi programs ever.
yeah,
Why
well,
don't you watch
one
the
day.
Expanse, Brandon?
Bye bye, Blake 7.
I'd love to see the HBO remasters, but yeah, Babylon 5, amazing. Way ahead.
Did they change the guy in the beginning, the lead guy?
They
halfway
did.
through?
They did, but it didn't really make a difference because it was well written.
I remember.
Well written.
Yeah,
That well.
I remember. Isn't
Well
Chekhov in it
written.
as well? The guy who plays Chekhov. He was in a couple of episodes.
Bester,
Right?
yeah. He was in it. Yes, you should watch it, mate. It's really, really good. It's really good.
It was on BBC Two, was it not? I remember it being
Channel.
on BBC Two.
The unusual thing was it was on
Channel
Channel 4.
Was it? I remember it being on BBC Two.
It's never
Weird.
been on BBC 2.
Was it not? Oh,
Oh,
Channel
false
4.
memories.
It was just so. Yeah, it was just so unusual how Channel 4 picked it up, and it was fucking amazing. You should watch it.
Baseballs.
was it the first to have the first to have computer graphic ships on TV?
Yes, I think so.
Oh,
They look very
Fairly
dated
CGI.
now, but back
Yeah, they
then
do.
it looked great. It looked great back then. But yeah, great story. You'll like it. It's just Babylon 5.
Babylon 5.
It's fantastic.
we're talking comedies and we like science fiction, but we haven't mentioned Hyperdrive. Anyone like that?
Hyperdrive. What was that?
Yeah,
That
very
was Nick
underrated.
Frost.
Yeah, Nick Frost.
Oh,
It's a BBC. It's like
like
kind of low
Red
rent Star
Dwarf.
Trek.
Like Red Dwarf.
I think
I
it's
watched
like a
his series.
completely
I watched his series, Truth Seekers. That was quite entertaining, I thought.
Oh, that was a short chat about Hyperdrive. Then it will remain underrated until
I haven't seen it.
everyone,
So I don't
We need to
care.
watch it. We need to watch it,
No,
mate.
it's very, very underrated. It was another one. It's the Blade Runner 2049 of comedies. It really took on the second and third view. So I really what?
You mentioned Blade Runner.
Oh, dear.
Oh
Please,
no!
no,
Do you think he was a
please.
replicant? What does BowlesTrek think?
Push the button.
Standard question for the channel. It's like basically being blooded for the channel. When BowlesTrek comes
I
back,
will
you've
just
got to
ask.
him,
Yeah, I'll just put it to the chat and the 8,000 people who are in the chat. Was Decard human or replicant? So people
Inquiring
in the
minds
chat.
want to know.
So we're talking about Blade Runner. Was Decard human or replicant? Replicant, can't say it. It's a replicant. Replicant.
I'm curious about what BowlesTrek's going to
Yeah.
say. Actually,
Human
Obviously,
or
as a-
replicant, peeps? Shut up, you.
I you know my answer. So
Well, you know,
got
at
it
the
memorised,
end,
mate.
I hate to use the expression, but at the end of the day, it should be open and it should stay
At
open.
the end of the day,
At the end of the day.
And I got my evolved new answer. What are you fucking asking, Blade Runner? Stan?
yes, Aston Martin, yes, we do know that Red Dwarf is hanging by a thread at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
let's hoping
Which-
they resolve their problems.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
smeg,
Sort it out.
smeg.
It's a shame because it means we're not going to get them reunited anytime soon to make, proper, like, season 1 to season 5 level Red Dwarf, when it was good. That for me was it.
In fact, today's sorry.
Heinz Birab says he thinks he was human.
Yes.
All right, one for the human camp.
Demon Scythe Swap Shop says he was a humly cunt. Sorry, humly cunt.
No one's come up with that. He's a cyborg. Swap
maybe
shop.
Maybe he's like
the park again. Nobody.
Maybe he's a hybrid. A hybrid.
That's another chapter from my book right there.
Aston Martin says he must have been the first one.
Swap
he
shop.
was
If I didn't love
older
you
than
already,
Rachel.
mate. Brilliant. I never even thought of that.
Irish Geek comes in. Who cares? It's Harrison Ford.
That's another new approach. I don't fucking care. Whatever.
Whatevs.
Brilliant. Ford. For my forthcoming book, is Decard a fucking replicant?
Harrison Ford.
Don't forget, Harrison Ford was complicit in getting rid of who.
Han Solo.
Yeah.
Wanker. And yet he wants to play Indiana Jones at age 100. Indiana Jones in the swinging 60s.
On 150.
Indiana, have this tab. Whoa, crazy.
Yeah, I think enough's enough.
Yeah.
Leave it.
Oi, Ford, no, leave it.
I just think because like they keep saying, oh, maybe we should cast somebody else as Indiana. I just think just leave it alone now. Just let it, let's just remember it now. Yeah, just
let it lie.
I want to see a director's cut of Raiders. There must be some deleted scenes. They could not seen a single deleted scene from Raiders. Am I missing something?
You haven't seen a deleted scene from Raiders? There's loads of them.
Are there? I haven't. Send them to me. Really? I couldn't find any on YouTube. Maybe it's because I keep looking up French maids. Can you send me the link?
Well, I don't know if it's on YouTube, but I've got a DVD that has a couple of missing scenes.
Cockney, have you heard of YouTube?
I have. No, I'm serious. I'm you're a willing customer.
We know you're serious.
I will pay hard cash for deleted. I've been waiting since 1980.
You know,
51 on
deleted jeans and skirts from Raiders.
There's loads of mistakes in the first Raiders, though. Loads and loads.
I mean,
of mistakes.
I got the. Unfortunately, out of the 4 films, it's the only one I haven't got on Blu-ray.
Is it a classic?
On DVD. I've got it right here. Indiana Jones and the Temple of No Raiders.
Doomspot
deleted scenes. Doomspot, the Temple of Bloomcock.
Raiders a classic, a masterpiece.
Of course it is.
Yes.
Of course it is.
Unbeaten.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Because I think it suffers from bad
he literally created a hero that is iconic. The hat, the jacket, the whip.
The whip.
You know, yeah. I mean, it's just now it's an icon now, isn't it? Indiana Jones. You think of Indiana Jones, yeah. It's like Bond. When you think about Bond, you think of the tuxedo and the martini. Yeah.
Shaken mustard.
Yeah. So he really did. I mean, I'd love to create a character like that everybody remembers, you know. But
Rebecca Gold,
Rebecca Bronze,
Rebecca Platinum.
Yeah. Well,
Rebecca Lead,
Rebecca Plutonium. Did she? And everyone followed. That could be the tagline. Rebecca Plutonium.
Rebecca Silver. I like that. Rebecca Silver.
Well, it's getting a bit Sapphire and Steel here, isn't it?
There is a bit.
Rebecca Steele.
Yeah. As
Rebecca
I said,
Iron.
There's a lot of
Just go through the time.
Gold. Always
believe in Rebecca Gold.
Because you are indestructible. Always believe.
Terminator. He's an icon. A Terminator. The Terminator. The Terminator. In the Terminator.
Where's Trev? Where we need to? Yeah.
Yeah. Who else is an icon on
Can
films?
you hear me? It's Clem Fandango. Can you hear me?
Ian, by the way, you were desperately missed yesterday on the Friday stream. We needed you to rein us all in yesterday.
Wow,
they were
what?
It was
Ian. That's what he said to me. So don't
exactly.
He's playing them off against each other.
Well, I don't know.
I want to know BowlesTrek's opinion on the Decard question. Come on, Bowles.
Is the dog still pooing, mate? Dog is pooing, so
what's important? Dog poo or 40-year-old?
Blade Runner.
40-year-old important question. I'm going to put that in the chat to my book. We were going to get BowlesTrek's opinion, but it was cleaning up his dog poop.
Well, that was a fail.
The devil.
Okay, so I have a Siberian Husky. This is the only Siberian Husky that doesn't like the cold, and it's like minus 35 Celsius outside. So she wanted to go back in because she started to cry. I'm like, you haven't pooped yet.
Literally shaking like a shitting dog.
Yep. So my Arctic snow dog that doesn't like the cold is now on the couch with her blankie because she's cold.
Nice. Oh.
Could you not train your dog to use cat litter?
No. It would be nice.
Your dog new tricks.
Rolled it in.
Brilliantly.
Okay.
That's fantastic. Well done, mate.
That's why you hear problem.
Patronise me.
He's not just the prettiest face in town. Now, BowlesTrek, we got a question for you, sir. We're going to put you on the spot. A nerd question. This is almost when you're in the group. It's your channel, Brown. I'll let you ask him.
No, go on. It'll give me pleasure hearing you ask it. So go for it, mate.
Okay. Take the pleasure from the snake that once corrupted man. Okay. BowlesTrek, my new learned friend that I've just met. If I can presume.
BowlesTrek.
Is it Bowls or Bowels?
Bowls.
My fans call me BowlesTrek, but it's BowlesTrek.
Yeah. Please explain the
BowlesTrek.
name before Cockney asks the question. Where did it come from? The origins.
It's a mixture of my last name and Star Trek, and I've been using it since 1995.
You're not a Peter, are you? Are you Pete? You're not a Peter. Peter Bowles.
No. Oh, no. Man of Born comedy reference.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Although I believe I'm royalty. I think I'm related to Camilla somewhere down the line.
Oh, unlucky.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
By
proxy. Cockney go on 156.
But what was the question?
Okay, so the film we're talking about, or films, because there's 3 versions of it at least. But Blade Runner, 1982, and 1984. The big question on everyone's lips, in your opinion, is Decard a human or a replicant?
He is a replicant. And to ask the question,
wrong answer.
How many versions are there? Okay, so let's count. There's the edited theatrical cut,
broadly speaking,
non-edited theatrical. There is the director's cut. There is the European cut, and there is the final cut. So there's 5.
Yeah, well, we've covered this. There's actually I think we've got up to 7, but there's basically, broadly speaking, 3 major ones, which is the 82 original release, then the director's cut in 94, then the final cut in 2000, and blah, blah. But yeah, there's also the work print, there's European version, as you say. But broadly speaking, 3 versions, which quite right. This is because we're asking, because we've been discussing it ad nauseum and before anyone else.
Well, you have.
And, it is. I've got a book coming out.
We put it to bed weeks ago.
And it is a valid point that the version that you watch does affect the answer. So you're right onto it. And
he is correct.
So yeah, we're not setting you up for a fall, because we basically established there is no clear answer, because otherwise we wouldn't be discussing it for 39 years. Going on 15 specials on Mr. Brown channel. 8 videos on my channel, and a forthcoming book. And just to clarify, I'm not doing a Blade Runner book. I'm doing a whole book just on that one question: is he a fucking replicant? So interesting that you're in the yes he is camp. Feel free to expand on that, Mr. Trek.
No, that's about all BowlesTrek has to say. Decard is a replicant conveniently disguised as a human. And it's trickery.
Wow.
It is trickery. Boom. It is sci-fi trickery to troll and fuck with the audience.
Wow.
Sounds familiar.
Nice. Yeah. No one's gone with the trickery angle. Respect to that.
But it is convenient trickery. And but apparently I'm in the minority here.
No, not necessarily.
I agree with you.
Well, I'm
Cockney agrees.
I'm in the human camp. Sorry,
I've changed my opinion. I'm floating around like fickle Bobby. I'm a flip-flopper on it now. I'm not even yes or no. It's a trick question now.
But I think that's where it should be. I think the whole point is that it's left to the audience to choose. I think that's the whole point of how cinema should work. You know, like
That's the
it
fun
gives
of it.
you something to think about. You know, the whole point of it is to make you think.
Well, here's
Aston
the
Martin.
question: what are your thoughts on Blade Runner 2049?
There aren't any.
Oh,
I
yes.
fell
think-
asleep nearly.
BowlesTrek, you've just found a new best friend in Cockney
Yeah.
Spock.
Respect to that, because this is one of those ones where you think
Ian,
you're doing a joke perfectly seriously. Hated it on the first view, bought the Blu-ray anyway. Tolerated it on the second view. Thought it's all right on the third
Canadian
view.
director.
Really liked it on the fourth view. Loved it on the fifth view. It is basically it's like The Expanse, and indeed this is how we got onto the subject. Hyperdrive. It's a grower, not a shower. I love it more and more and more. I especially love Joy and Love are brilliant. And it also has one of the best bits of dialogue ever, where she's just going, "Come on, do your job, do your fucking job, do
You
your
would
fucking
not
job."
get along at all with my good friend Critical Drinker because he has a video stating why he thinks the movie is a piece of shit.
No, he doesn't know
on
anything in his novel.
2 hours.
I am torn, but I haven't watched it since 2017. I may watch it I might watch it tonight, actually.
Watch it 4 times back to back.
I
Preferably with
liked
a big
it.
fat reefer.
I liked it.
Critical Drinker doesn't like it. I'll have
It
to
was
see
so
that video.
obvious. It was so the pacing was really bad, and
Harrison Ford
it was
ruins it.
dull, boring, and then at the end, the big twist is like, yeah, I saw that coming halfway through the film. It was just
But again, I wanted to dispel a myth about Blade Runner 2049. It does not touch the question of whether Decard's a replicant. Denis made a point of avoiding it and has said so clearly in interviews. So some going, oh yeah, it finally resolves it. No, it doesn't. So I just want to point that out whenever possible, like I did just then. Critical Drinker doesn't like it. Right, that's it.
I
I've
think
got
you
one of
two
his
should
books
stream
right
then.
here.
Somebody should make
Right.
it happen. That'd be
Yeah,
good.
well, you know what's
That
going to
would be
happen,
good.
like what happened before. We'll ask him to talk about it.
He
He'll be doing his own show,
wouldn't.
Blade Runner
If
2049
you
special.
streamed with him, he wouldn't know what had fucking hit him.
Exactly. Come on, Drinker. Right, I've got his book. Right, let's see what he's all about. Deception Game by Critical Drinker. Chapter 1.
I
Arlington National
will
Cemetery,
say
Virginia. All right,
I didn't like it.
I will say
Maybe
we've
there.
reached 2 hours,
2 hours. Bye, everyone.
but we'll continue.
I didn't like it. I didn't like.
I can go for probably another half hour. So I think
that's what she said.
I was thinking that.
my sexy friend and I have been streaming for 7 hours now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't even want to do anything I enjoy for 7 hours. I do on a good day, but that's not about me. I tired them all out. Anyway, that's another story. Yeah.
Silly boy. What a silly boy.
He is a
I'll
very,
tell you
very
what, top
silly
tip
boy.
though, in the middle of whatever you think I might be alluding to, just don't shout out, "I'm Pickle Rick." It breaks the atmosphere.
Oh dear.
Sorry, I've been awake
Oh,
for a
dear.
week now. Oh, I have had a bit of sleep. Shall I have a vodka so I've got an excuse to be a knob?
Yeah, have a vodka. Why don't you?
Right, day drinking, like I say, if you're Polish, it doesn't count. First vodka's breakfast. Vodka drinking live.
Decard had a daughter, so can androids reproduce? Is the daughter human? What is the question?
Well, since Decard's human, of course, it'll be half human, right?
Nice.
And since he's a replicant, that would make her part replicant.
Well, since he's a hybrid.
Yeah, I'm swap shop. You're responsible for a new chapter. I'm never going to get this book done at this point. People keep coming up with new ideas.
It is very dependent, though, on the version you've watched, isn't it?
It is,
Because
but-
I
yeah.
remember
Yes.
watching the narrated version when I was a kid, and even I thought, well, he's human. Didn't even occur to me that he was a replicant. And then I
That's too obvious
watched
to make him
the
a
one the
replicant.
other. Then I watched the whatever version it was the other week, without the narration and the unicorn sequence.
That makes the difference. Quite
And
right.
it's-
Spot
Well,
on.
that could be an
It's a
implanted
fucking-
memory.
yeah.
Then fucking with him, you know, like that.
Basically, anyone that discusses it and doesn't mention the relevance of the 3 different versions, let alone the other 3, doesn't know what they're talking about, and they're a muppet.
No, I don't know. I'd like to think that he's human. I don't
Yep.
think he's a replicant, but that's just my opinion. A lot of people
No, I
would
think
say,
MegaGeeks could put forward a good cogent argument across 2 specials, but I think there might be another 3rd Blade Runner special
Another special?
coming up
Oh,
on the
no.
Brown Channel.
Yeah, in a year's time.
I can't not my one. Do you know what?
In a
Fuck it, we'll do it
year.
live.
In a
I hereby propose anyone who wants to join me, including Swap Shop, on my channel at some point. We're just going to call it yet another Blade Runner special.
No,
Is Decard a replicant? Fuck it.
I'll give
Very
you.
I'm never gonna
unspecial because
You
it's
know what?
like
You
After
should
the
get
last time-
Doomcock on.
Yeah.
he's
You
blocked,
should get
but
Doomcock on.
He'll have to beg me and fulfill his membership
You-
requirement obligations.
You two should have it out. It'd be great. That would be a great stream.
Hug it out, you bitches. Well, I'll tell you a bit of controversy. I don't know. I mean, well, you know, he's a smaller channel. He's up and coming. I suppose I'll give it a go.
Oh, Doomcocks,
He-
yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's a young man. He's got his future ahead of him. Sure, I like to give.
You've got to
people a
give him
chance.
an assist to get his numbers up.
I hope he's watching my videos. You know, bigging him up. Silence on 204. Moving swiftly along. So anyway, controversial BBC figures. Let's talk about that for a moment.
No more Blade Runner
rewind.
for a
Post
while,
selector.
please.
Oh, how about that World War One? How about that Jodie Whittaker? She's good, isn't she? Oh, how about that Brie Larson? Lovely.
So that is
Wow.
a joke.
Right, it's going to be vodka. This is before. I've not actually had the vodka yet. in case you wonder.
BowlesTrek, did you watch the New Year's Day special?
Yes, I did. I suffered through it actually with yeah. Problem being you weren't there because you boycotted it.
Yeah.
It was horrible. I hated every second of it.
Hated it.
Yeah.
Still haven't watched it. Still haven't watched it. Not
No.
going to.
Me neither.
We haven't.
But
Was it really that bad?
It's all that bad. It's garbage. Although they have now ruined Captain Jack. I now call him Captain Desperation. So just when you think they haven't ruined enough, they'll ruin something else. And the only companion now is Yaz.
Who's
Oh, no,
making-
they've
is
got a
that
new
you?
one now, haven't they? And all the crazies on Twitter are complaining it's a straight white male, so it's going to stop them scissoring in the TARDIS.
Yeah, they've been trying to get.
Scissoring in the top.
Jesus.
I think that's not joking. They want Phasmin, right? They want Phasmin to
They're
happen.
tipping them, aren't they?
Because that's what the show's
Yeah.
about.
I love.
Scissoring the
I love
top.
it when you talk out your nasal cavity. It's really good.
Right, is Sklavko still out there? Or has he gone to bed? Sklavko, you there, mate?
I've not seen him. He's probably in bed.
Dipped out. He must be laying pipe, internet pipe. Well,
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody who's single. Best day of the year.
All right,
oh fuck!
yeah.
It's Valentine's Day. I forgot because I'm single. Master
Hey.
of the house.
Is
Anyway.
it's awesome when you're single because you laugh at everybody else and you remember all those Valentine's days when you weren't single and how horrible it was.
And now
Oh,
you're desperate
goodness,
for it to
yeah.
be horrible.
No, I am perfectly fine. The only person that yells at me these days is my dog, and it's
Is
cute
the
when
dog.
she does it.
Oh, Valentine's Day, 97, Leilani. Oh my goodness, dear, oh dear, what an LA nightmare. Anyway, Slavko, or anyone, basically, not to kids, don't drink, it's not good for you. But like I say, if you're Polish, you're allowed one for breakfast. So Slavko, or any Slavs, or any vodka drinkers, or any teetotalers, any alcoholics out there, chin chin, old beans, through the teeth, down the gums, look out stomach, here it comes.
Cockney,
Lovely.
do you think you could drink Critical Drinker under the table?
I can drink any cunt under the table. Polish English. Challenge accepted. Yes, absolutely, without a doubt.
Paul versus Scott. Close run.
Yeah, Polish English. It's a tough alcoholic combination. The first three don't even touch the sides, mate. Sure. Challenge accepted.
Oh, and happy times. There's been a blizzard slowly moving its way up to me from the hellhole known as Toronto, and it just hit awesome. Oh, the dog's gonna love that.
Oh no,
It's
that's horrible.
cold here too.
It is cold here,
What's
but
the
not as
what's
cold
the air
as
temperature where
Toronto.
you are?
Hmm?
What's the temperature where you are, BowlesTrek?
For the past few days, it's we do Celsius. So it's been between minus 30 and minus 40 Celsius. Earlier today, it was
Minus 30 Celsius.
Fucking hell!
Fuck that.
God, dude, this is what it's like here in
Jeez.
February. You should see what my gas bill is. Let's see. Right now,
Fucking hell!
Actually, right now it's warmed up because the snow's coming in, so it's minus 23, which is actually warm for here this time of year. It's central Canada. Literally, it's nothing but extremes here now. We don't have spring and we don't have fall. In the winter, we're now essentially the Arctic Circle, and then in the summer, it's so hot here that it's actually a regular occurrence that we're hotter than Texas. It's we have no in between anymore. It's we go from one extreme to the other,
much like Cockney.
Exactly, tripolar. Hey, I'm really I'm warming to the idea of the drinking Blade Runner competition. Basically, with Drinker and Doom Clock.
Do a 2049 review.
Yeah,
with Drinker while drinking
because he's afraid to watch it while drinking. Every time someone says Replicant.
Yeah, but he wouldn't buy a round of drinks, though, would he?
We just bring a bottle, innit? Bring your own bottle. But I mean, it's going to be online, so you just everyone bring 2 liters of vodka just to start things off, and or pick your poison. I guess if you want to be really sporting about it, you've got to make sure it's the same proof. So you're drinking the same amount of alcohol. But
well, the thing is, though,
have a weigh-in.
Everybody's got to be on screen, aren't they? Because they could just lie that they're drinking.
Yeah, well, all right. I'll get Sarvik in to keep me honest. She can watch. Oh, a bit of distrust coming from the MegaGeek there, which is the honor system. I don't think Drinker would cheat. I trust Drinker not to cheat on drinking.
I think he's very talented at what he does, Drinker.
Yeah,
he's very
very spot on. Yeah. Spot on. Apart from well, I don't know what his views are on replicants.
I'm pretty sure he will give you a huge essay about why maybe Decard is a human or a replicant. So
wrapped up with go away now.
Yeah.
He's a favourite, and I must say, not that it matters, very handsome.
Handsome. Oh my god, he's hot as fuck.
Do you like him, Reese?
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't, darling?
Aww.
Star Wars girl doesn't
she? How do you know that?
He's got blue eyes. She doesn't like blue eyes.
Oh, she doesn't like blue eyes in men.
God, that's Seinfeld level of picky. Oh, you're a stunning actor.
Although she loves Henry Cavill. So,
yes, he's got a thing for her. Yes.
Who has?
Who?
Drinker.
Well, Drinker's got a thing for Star Wars girl.
Yeah, we're shipping them.
Apparently,
or you could feel the tension on their stream, couldn't you? Oh, get a room, you two.
Yes. You could cut the sexual tension with a knife.
I'll have to check that out. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, we don't have that problem when we stream together.
I don't know. I just started drinking. Hold on your seats, boys. I guess the opposite of that sexual tension was when Az and Jeremy from Geeks and Gagers were arguing about Dave Filoni and how big his hat was. No sexual tension in that, just an hour of raw, visceral.
How does he get the hat in the X-Wing?
Exactly. How does he do it? Filoni in the X-Wing with a 10-gallon hat every week. How'd you do it? Dave.
Did anybody see the Mike Zero videos?
No, I haven't watched him in years.
Oh, he was basically saying that Favreau's off with everything that's gone on.
What do you mean off?
Leaving.
The opposite of on.
Leaving. What do you mean leaving? He's leaving the show.
The opposite of staying.
He just. Nobody else in YouTube land or anywhere has said
this could be YouTube land or
apart
anywhere.
From him. Yeah, that he doesn't like what's gone on and he's off.
Oh, I don't blame him.
He must be making it up. I don't know.
Well, if it's true, I wouldn't blame him because if he doesn't have control over what he's doing and they've taken it away from him, why stay?
Well, you're talking about Filoni?
Favreau.
Well, no, it's because he was the reason Chrono wasn't fired before.
He's a Libran as well. He's a Libran. So
is she a Sagittarius?
I don't know.
No, hold on. Let BowlesTrek finish. What were you saying, BowlesTrek?
Sorry, Matt. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying. No, he's the reason that she was still there. He's been single-handedly defending her against the Kathleen Kennedy / Disney faction.
Mm.
I could see him telling them to go. Well, I guess we can swear now. Telling them to go fuck themselves. So no, I could, because this was obviously done over his head. There's no way in hell he would have agreed with it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Oh well, never mind.
They've had it in for him ever since Kathleen Kennedy and friends, since Luke Skywalker. At the end of Mandalorian, apparently she fought tooth and nail not to have that included because she hates the character, but he did it anyway.
Jesus.
And it was she runs Lucasfilm, so the decision ultimately to fire Chrono would have come from her. And I don't know, maybe this was getting back at him for giving fans what they fucking want.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Kennedy. You may know me for such productions as Coffee for Mr. Lucas, also Cappuccino for Mr. Spielberg. Now I'm at Lucasfilm, Into the Ground.
Well, you know what, right? Maybe it's, if that happens and he does leave, both of them leave, then maybe it's time to just take just break away from Star Wars as a whole, because the only good thing about Star Wars is Mandalorian as it stands. And if they're not going to do it anymore and they're going to put some Kathleen Kennedy person in there, it's pointless watching it then, isn't it? Yeah. So,
for Disney, this is dumb. Disney Disney Plus is over a year old now. They have 2 shows. They lost all the goodwill after, I believe the exact count was 52 days between bringing the fandom together finally with Lucas and then doing what they did. So outside of back catalog Disney and the handful of Fox stuff they have on there, Disney Plus is dependent on The Mandalorian and WandaVision. And I liked WandaVision, but it's going to be impacted by this as well. It's like, you know what? Yeah, we thought you were not being dicks, and then you had to double down on your dickishness. Yeah. So fuck you.
Oh, there's a message for you in the
speaking of dicks, Irish Geek with a bit of entertainment news. Apparently, Howard the Duck sucks BowlesTrek.
I posted that in the window. Posted that in the window and nobody saw it.
Oh yeah, no, Noel and I had an argument for about an hour earlier today about Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck is awesome. Do not diss Howard the Duck. Fuck off.
Good comeback. Oh, I see. He's missing a comma. I thought it was going to be some Duck Bukaki or something.
No, I'm in the minority. Howard the Duck is one of my favorite films, and apparently lots of people don't like Howard the Duck. I've been told.
People.
No,
there was one good thing about Howard the Duck, and that was Leah Thompson.
I was about. Well, yeah, everybody sees that, but no, it's an awesome movie. Howard is awesome, and the duck fucking didn't actually happen. It just almost happened.
Short strokes on the duck, poor thing.
She was so cute when she was younger, Leah Thompson.
Yeah.
When she was younger.
Yeah, but she still is cute.
Actually, she's aged fairly gracefully.
Yeah, she has. Yeah, she has.
What was that? Caroline in the City from the 90s. I would watch that show just because of her presence.
Yeah, same here.
Yep. Yeah. But yes, let's just praise those few scenes in Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck wasn't that bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad.
Was it rebranded Howard a New Breed of Hero?
Yes, in England. Yes, it was.
Although it is known as her bad luck run because she did Back to the Future, which was huge. Then she did Howard the Duck, which it bombed because people are idiots. And and she also, at the same time she was doing Howard the Duck, or right after, she did Space Camp, which I love that film. But Space Camp is the ultimate example of bad timing, because Space Camp is about taking the space shuttle into space.
Oh, right, yeah.
And this was 1986, so it was like weeks after the Challenger disaster.
Yeah.
So the movie bombed specifically based on that. But no, watch Space Camp. It's awesome.
But she was also in a John Hughes film, wasn't she? I can't remember what it was called, but she looked gorgeous in that too.
Yeah.
I can't remember what was it called? Some Kind of Wonderful. She was. In,
Oh yeah, no,
yeah, and that was a big hit as well. So
and I didn't have that in my collection.
yeah, she looked gorgeous in that. So there you go.
But she always looked gorgeous.
She does. She does. Mm. I didn't mind Howard the Duck. I thought Howard the Duck was a lot of fun, but obviously it wasn't. It was a pale imitation of the
Dude,
comics.
I was 8 when it came out, and I was hooked on it.
Well, that explains that then, don't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
We all love
somebody's
our trash
disappeared.
movies. Oh,
Cockney's gone.
Cockney's gone. Thank God.
now we can talk about him.
But yeah, everybody has their guilty pleasure films, and
exactly.
some films you like, some people think is just awful. I mean, one of my favorite guilty pleasure films, and I spoke about it on another channel, was Heaven Can Wait with Warren Beatty. I don't know if you ever saw that film. You ever see that film, Heaven Can Wait?
No.
No?
Maybe a very long time ago.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good movie. Absolutely.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there. I'm not drunk.
You back?
It's my phone. My phone fell asleep.
Rebel scum.
Is that a pun? Are you getting political there, Brown?
Yeah, I'm making a statement. Nobody noticed it, did they? You'll have to bear with me, boys. The computer's starting to glow.
Die. Right, boys, I'm going to go because I've got stuff to do tomorrow, so I'm going to go to bed now. So, thank you very much. BowlesTrek, always a pleasure, pal.
It was awesome, man. It's I don't think we haven't talked like 2 months. It was awesome.
No, we haven't.
Again, man. We must hang out again.
Yeah, no, definitely. If you're going to do another Star Trek thing, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah. And Cockney, love you, pal.
Nice one, Mega.
I'll catch up with you soon, guys.
Will do, man.
Cheers,
right, take it easy. All right, see you later.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, no, I got to head out in a couple minutes as well. I got a bunch of crap that I got to finish before I do dinner, and then
And you got to go and buy.
Crap.
You got to go and buy Region 2 DVD and buy Blake 7. Clearly.
Yeah, that's coming. Because although this point all these shows will never be released in Region 1, so screw it.
That's it.
If BowlesTrek, if you look at the screen, I lined this up for you because I was watching
I
the screen
saw it.
earlier. So
see,
yes.
so and
Howard the
this
Duck.
was actually the first Marvel movie ever released, and I would say my favorite Marvel film. It is one of my top 10 favorite films. I have watched Howard the Duck every year since it came out, so in 1986. And when 8-year-old BowlesTrek saw this on beta for the first time in 1986, I watched it for probably 6 months. I watched it every weekend.
Jeez.
Wow. You see, you really do like it. This is no joke.
222.
It's probably I will admit it's probably nostalgia more than anything else. But honestly, I didn't know people hated this film until the internet came around. I'm like, really?
Well, it was George Lucas,
You
wasn't
should be
it?
allowed to or produced or presented 22222.
I like that.
He didn't write
It was-
or direct it, but
Oh.
he read it. He looked at it. I don't know. He did something. Attached his name to it. He saw it. He read the comic book. Wrote a theme tune. Help me out here.
I'm sure I've seen it once, and
I've not seen it.
I think I've seen it a maximum of 2 times. Yeah.
I've seen it 0 times, just like
so
the egg.
BowlesTrek, what's the big draw with it then? Why did you like it so much?
Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. I think it might be nostalgia. But the Dark Overlord of the universe scared the living shit out of me as well, a kid. So I like that. I have no idea. Oh, and Leah Thompson. I always found Howard to be funny. I like the comedy. I don't think the effects for the time are as bad as people made them out to be because it is 1986. Everything was practical. I actually love the duck puns at the beginning, although everybody else hates them. I don't know. It's I will call it fun, but I will say it's probably more my guilty pleasure than anything else.
I like the sound of duck pun. If you don't like duck puns, send me the bill. think
Very
about
good.
it. Not too
Yes,
hard.
very good.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
very good. He appeared in was it Guardian of the Galaxy?
Yeah, at the very end.
Cameo.
I don't want the MCU to touch Howard now because the golden days of the MCU ended 2 years ago. Everything that they touch now is going to be ass. So I don't
Ass
want them to
touch.
destroy Howard.
Have
Are
you,
we going to get a Guardians 3?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, well, just to make sure that they turn a certain character bisexual. I mean that's pretty much it.
There's going to be a Guardians 3. It's going to be
James Gunn.
for me. The MCU ended with Endgame. I have no interest at all in Phase 4.
Oh, you mean Star-Lord? I buy
Yeah,
Star-Lord twice a year.
everybody's
I buy
like that.
sets.
Have you been watching WandaVision?
Yes, until Disney decided to be royal pricks this week. So
I can.
But no, I had to be honest. I went into WandaVision expecting to hate it because it's modern day Disney, and I didn't hate it.
It's starting to get drawn out now. That in combination with you can just feel the energy draw, weeping, seeping out of the goodwill towards.
Well, I think it was
Like
they had
us from
a unique
more.
idea, but I think the unique idea may have been confined to the first few episodes, and now, well, the last 2 episodes were definitely dragging it out.
Yeah, it's probably 2 hours too long, to be fair, but there you go.
Yeah, and because I haven't canceled Disney Plus, I do.
So it's you.
What?
So it's you
keeping
that's
it
still
up.
got it. Yeah, so you're keeping
Oh,
them
no,
in
I-
business.
No, I am going to go cancel it. It's I think my membership turns around on
Yeah.
it's the 20th, so
Yeah.
I will cancel it before then, before it rolls
We'll be
around.
following up.
As we said at the beginning, Resident Alien is where it's at the moment. So,
Oh yeah, it's
yeah.
my pirate ship has possibly found that treasure.
I think
But
you'll,
yes,
you'll
no,
enjoy that.
It's still being released weekly at the moment, so you'll only have a few episodes.
But
It's
but
3
yes,
eps.
for the record, I am going to be canceling Disney Plus. I have until the 20th to do it, so they don't get any more money from me.
Right. Okay.
Nice. Cancel the
So
cancellers.
I could watch the next episode of WandaVision if I wanted to, but I don't think I want to give them the numbers. Or if I wanted to watch the show, I do have my little ship docked outside. I got my little hat. So there's
The
always
little parrot.
and you know
It's the Mounties.
yeah, and then
Open up.
and then I might get an angry letter from the pirate people, and I'll laugh at it. Maybe I'll frame it, except they don't do letters anymore. They just send you emails because they didn't want to waste paper.
It's good
Actually-
for the environment.
Actually, I want to see if I can find my last email just to show you how these things are. Okay, so
Dear resident of the high seas, we have noticed that you are tucking into our booty.
Dear Johnny
Okay.
Depp.
so this is from last month. So we'll say this is hypothetically. This may have been for a certain venereal disease TV show that claims itself to be Star Trek, but we won't say what it is.
Yeah.
STD.
So this one was dated January 8th, 2020. This message is intended for the primary account holder. We are writing to inform you that my ISP has received notice that your internet service may have been used to illegally download or share copyrighted material. This
Jeez.
complaint was traced back to your account based on the IP address used at the time of this activity. As part of Canada's Copyright Modernization Act, we are obliged to forward you a copy of this infringement claim. We are unaware of the full details of the merit and merit of
Jeez.
or of this.
That's like getting
infringement
letters saying, "Dear Mr. Bundy, we
Oh,
the police have
it
noticed
keeps
some
going.
murders have happened in your house. We are unaware who it is, but if there are any murders going on, we ask you to cease and desist, whoever it might be." Yours sincerely,
this is how it
NYPD.
continues. And we have no knowledge or control of the contents of this complaint as of December 13th, 2008.
Oh my
Notices that include the following information do not comply with the law and are invalid. So this is actually what they're telling what might be.
Pointless.
No. This okay. Just listen to this. This is how stupid this is. So this is what they tried to do. That's illegal.
Jeez.
So as of December, notices that include the following information do not comply with the law and are invalid. So their attempt to offer to settle the claimed infringement is illegal under Canada law. A request or demand made in relation to the claimed infringement for payment or for personal information is illegal. A reference, including by way of hyperlink to such an offer, demand, or request, is illegal. If you receive a notice with this information, please visit the Government of Canada's website listed below.
Jeez.
Please note
Imagine
that
if the CIA did that.
this
Bin Laden. We've received news that people in your house may have been plotting terrorism.
This is my favorite part. Please note that my ISP has not provided any personal account information to the complainant. It is my ISP's policy to disclose such information to a complainant only if ordered to do so by a court of law, which has not happened to date and is currently illegal under Canadian law. So that's literally what they said.
Dear Mr. Adolf Hitler, we are the U.S. Marines. We have received notice that you are
literally it's a letter saying
Toronto.
Somebody bitched, and they can't do anything about it because it's illegal. But we have to tell you.
That's so bizarre.
I have a friend that has, when they were sending these in the mail, which they stopped doing because they were killing trees. My friend actually has a big wall in his basement where he's actually posted all his letters.
Dear Mr. Skywalker, it has come to our attention that someone in the Lars homestead has been going around blowing up Death Stars, which is not approved. However, under Tatooine law, you are not under our jurisdiction, but we ask you to please cease and desist from blowing up Death Stars, even though every single one has got a big red button saying blow me up on it. Yours sincerely, faithfully, the Emperor, the Empire, space.
Yeah,
on that we're going to leave it.
Yeah, on that, folks, I gotta head out because she's looking like she's going to make another attempt to poop.
BowlesTrek, thank you for taking the time to come on, sir. It's been wonderful. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Brown, Rebel Scum, awesome. Thank you for having me. My sexy friend with the hat. It was nice talking to you again.
You're welcome. Don't forget about
Data Blocker. Nice talking to you as well. And,
it's been brilliant, mate. Cheers.
Nice.
To my other good friend. Well, he's gone, but
MegaGeek's gone. He's having a shower.
Mega Nerd. Yeah.
And
nice to meet you, Mr. BowlesTrek.
You as well. No, it's BowlesTrek. And with that, I must bid everyone adieu.
Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much.
Au revoir, mes amis.
Adios.
Au revoir, Pee-wee.
And I think we're going to
we're behind.
Yeah. I will just say to everybody in the chat who's been watching this and who's going to be watching on catch up, please yep. It's a long one today, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, etc., etc. As I said, this channel is nothing without you. The chat's been fantastic tonight, so cheers for that, guys. I'll play the outro, and we'll see
outro
you.
Music.
It's in 7D, Lee. We'll see you next time, everybody.
See you
Take care, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.